Hello, we're Legends on Paper, an eclectic group of longtime gamers with a passion for Dungeons & Dragons. We're not voice actors, professional gamers, or paid performers. We're regular people, just like you, except that we'll probably make complete fools of ourselves along the way as we attempt to have fun and entertain. If you enjoyed tonight's production, please follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our channels on Twitch and YouTube. And most importantly, don't forget to tell all your friends. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey as Legends on Paper presents the greatest adventure. Welcome to Legends on Paper. We begin this session with the party departing the port of Lionsgate on the Queen of Tartessos, a ship captained by Josiini do Kirpo of Tartessos, and an all-female crew, except for the navigator, whose name is Narki, and he's got a little pet monkey named Taro. In any case, as the Queen of Tartessos tacks into the Lyon Greeley and heads south toward Loch Agnew and then out into the Primal Sea. It's a destination of ease, the city, and expected to take about 7 days of travel on sea, considering if the weather is clear, the winds are fair, and they don't run into any trouble along the way. Captaining the ship is Spencer, who is running Josiini do Kirpo as a guest this week, and so she will bring personality to an NPC on the ship, as that character has expressed herself minimally so far, but clearly, as we found out last week, she runs her ship tightly and expects order and brooks very little nonsense. But if we can allow Spencer or Josiini to describe her character physically a little bit to remind our audience what she looks like, we'll go ahead and do that if you like.
That would be me looking for my paper. Josiini is a lovely, red-headed, medium-sized humanoid. She has quite a vulgar mouth, so everyone fuck off if you don't like vulgar humor. And she is the captain of this ship.
She is. Very expressive. And so as we get moving out into the loch, expecting some fair time to travel. You know it's going to take you 7 days to get to ease at least, and then beyond that, several more weeks before you finally arrive at Port Francik in Courth. Not clear on the itinerary beyond ease at this point, but as we get started with the day rather late, actually, since the group got started late on the ship and out of the port and onto Lyon, still probably a day or so, probably 2 before you get into Loch Agnew at this point, considering you're going to be going through some narrow straits all the way down to the loch and then out into the Primal Sea. Everyone has started to get comfortable with their surroundings and the roll of the sea, which is quite calm right now, with fair winds blowing down from the north, and allowing the ship to travel quite swiftly at about 5-6 knots anyway at this point, and expected to travel, of course, through the night. Anything that you guys would like to do initially? Any interactions that you'd like to have with anyone on the crew as we get started tonight?
Is there any way, and on both this side, I'm gonna, yeah. But is there any way that our party can get pulled over to one side, get a small amount of, for lack of a better word, privacy?
Yeah, your best opportunity just for the first few hours that you're on board is at the bow of the ship. Unless they're anchoring or drawing into port, that area of the ship is not nearly as busy as the rest. So if you wanted to move your group up there, you're certainly welcome to do so. And then, of course, we can move around the sailors so that you have a little bit of space. And I will go ahead and put the camera on that space. Okay, see, it is a pretty crowded ship. So, most cargo being below, which has no room to hang out or to utilize for passengers. And of course, the 3 cabins are taken by the navigator, the captain, and the family of an old friend, some of you anyway, Francisco Portfantolio. So, did you want to go ahead and move some of your congregate up toward the bow? We can certainly do that.
Oh no! Building there somewhere.
Yeah, where's the... Oh,
I trust you guys to move.
Okay, you go.
We can move the sailors back a little bit. They don't need to be up there. And the navigator. Well, the navigator's probably...
he can stay. He has the monkey.
Yeah. He'll hang out back here with the captain.
The monkey stays. You go.
We only have room for one animal. If anything, we'll get rid of the horse.
Oh, the poor navigator. Oh, this ship must be a nightmare once a month.
Be careful how you touch my
Oh, this poor
How you're
man.
touching my girls there.
Okay. All right. So you guys can congregate up here
Yeah.
toward the front.
Were you about to put Hildy on like the platform to speak down at us?
If he wants to go up there, like
Friends, Romans, countrymen. I forgot how this speech goes.
considering you're not in a battle situation,
I'll just stay in the water. That's fine.
Stay in the water.
I'll just die.
You're treading water. You're treading Lord.
lashed a couple of barrels to you. And
Can't afford to fall.
Oh, God.
Sit next to me, man.
I prefer the horse puns.
There you go.
Yeah, so as the day turns into evening, attacking more to the south now, the children of the Portfantolios finally retire as Francisco brings them back into the cabin for the evening. Before that happens, you note that, and this is going to pretty much be the routine every night with the sailors. One of the women that are working the ship. A couple of them move back into the cabin area and then eventually return with pots and there's a stove that's actually built into the deck off to the side where they cook what smells like a delicious fish stew in the evening, and they roll out a barrel that has mead or ale in it that they offer, as part of the evening meal. And all the sailors partake in it. You're certainly welcome to partake in it as being, paid passengers. And Francisco himself comes out, gathers a large pail full of the stew, and then takes it back to the cabin. So his wife nor the children come out to mingle with the sailors and yourselves at this point. And you note that the sailors, they start to get a little bit tipsy. The ribald speech intensifies a bit. There's some of the stories that they tell are not quite appropriate for children. So clearly, it's some me time for the sailors in the evenings, although they're still under sail. What are you guys gonna do?
Not throw up.
this is good fish, but it does make my butt tooth sometimes. I think we should probably talk about something at some point.
Gluck, 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 gluck.
So sometimes I have dreams, and sometimes dreams come true, and sometimes they don't, and sometimes they're very bad dreams, and you don't want those to come true. But I had a dream, and I think it's where we're all supposed to go. Well, it's where I'm supposed to go, and since you feel obliged to follow me, you'll be there. Since you don't have anything else to do, and your dog quit, so you can come too.
And Hal just stops in the middle of eating. Silence.
So my dream was I saw off in the distance these beautiful pillars, but they were tall. They were like sky-high towers, and they were full of angels blowing trumpets, and they were in different directions and different colors. And I think I'm supposed to find out where all the towers are.
Wouldn't we have to die to find these towers if angels occupy them?
I hope I don't have to die, but if you do, I will be very sad.
Me too.
But we'll still do it.
That's good to know, Illigan.
We can get you a new dog.
So you're generally running the ship at this point, but during the evening, you designate one of your sailing women as in charge, first mate per se. There's no official first mate. Josiini, as she runs her ship, typically assigns them in equal proportions, to be the first mate. There's kind of a caveat, in the reward type system that she has on different nights and evenings and so on and so forth. So you can run your character how you like. You can interact with the passengers. You can interact with your sailors. You can interact with Francisco Portfantolio and his family, or whatever you want to do. So feel free to jump in wherever you would like to. Okay.
Perfect.
As you guys are conversating, you note that in eating and drinking, you note that a few of the sailors are starting to get a little bit tipsy. Those that are not specifically on duty, others that are, you still see, moving the sails and tightening the rigging and so forth. They have abstained completely from drinking any alcohol. But a couple that are clearly off duty are kind of getting into it a little bit. And you can kind of hear them getting louder and louder as they speak. And again, in their ribald fashion, about stories of this or that, typically related to the sea. But out from the interior, where the cabins are, the door opens and you see Francisco come back out with the empty pail. And he walks over to where the stew was and places down the pail, kind of nods and winks at one of the sailor women, and then heads over toward your group. Standing over by Dekir. Hello. No, my friend, Cinnamon Tar. You remind me of a pony I had once when I was a child. I named him Cinnamon because he was a color of a pastry, the cinnamon bun. The sweet pastry. They are delicious, yes?
I'm laying on my side, like my back is, I don't want to see the ocean, so I'm against the wall and I'm just sort of looking up at him as he's talking. I remind you of a cinnamon roll, is that what you're getting at?
No, a pony. That was mine when I was a child. It was a little pony like you. And he had the color of a cinnamon bun. And so, of course, I think of you very fondly. I think of my pony when I look at you.
I'm going to, I don't know how to feel about that. I've met him, he doesn't seem to remember that, but...
No, you're very plain. I don't remember at all, but...
Someone that...
in any case, I just wanted to spend some time with you because I am very, as the LD says, I am a horse trader. and I treat my horses very well. I know a horse exactly, not completely, maybe just a half horse or however you call it.
11 gold.
Yes.
There are.
So they cinnamon tar. I think that.
No, that's what he'll cost. 11 gold.
Did you just say cinnamon tar?
I see.
I noticed that
Remind
that
me
it
of
twice.
my. I'm sorry, it's a Portian sleep.
Am I close enough to hear what's going on in
Oh, yeah, he's not speaking. I mean, he speaks
Please interrupt.
openly.
Francisco, is your ass jealous of the amount of shit that's coming out of your mouth?
Josiini, you know me so well. I suppose I may be a bit embarrassed, but, these are my new friends and I'm trying to get used to them. I want them to feel comfortable with me.
New friends, tell us a little bit about what you're doing on my ship.
Well, as you know, my wife is the daughter of a pirate king, and he's not exactly happy that I took her away from Tartessos, and we've been, well, let's say, traveling, I won't say hiding, but he does not know where we are, as we are doing business now in the Western Kingdoms, and trying to stay off his, his focus. He seems to get really nervous as he speaks about this.
Are you saying that there's pirates actively hunting us right now?
Not you, but certainly myself.
We're on the same ship, and if it goes down, we're all dead.
Frankly, I'm a little tired of hearing about his wife.
She is very beautiful. Almost beautiful as you, I would say, but in a different
Laugh at me.
The sun is below the horizon at this point, and there's a few lanterns that are lit on the ship. And the women, sailors that have that are not working, they pull buckets of salt water from the sea and they begin to disrobe completely on the deck, in full view of everyone. They're beautiful women of Tartessos, and they have the long hair flowing over their lean, curvy figures. And they have the tan skin that glistens in the moonlight. And they watch each other with little regard for who's watching. Francisco, then it's you, Scimitar. They are beautiful, yes.
I suppose if you're into that kind of thing, I'm only attracted to my own species, like a normal being.
With a human or an elf.
No, but not for lack of trying.
Have you ever been with a horse?
As a matter of fact,
Oh,
I have a story about it that I will
Captain.
tell you.
please.
I now understand the purpose of this interaction.
I'm not going to stand between Francisco talking about having sex with a horse. Do tell.
But I will say that if you are interested in the experience, the men of Tartessos are very open and adventurous, and you should ask. Well, if you do, although I'm very curious and I would like to watch.
For a moment, I contemplate, like I look over the edge of the boat. Just. No is the answer. No.
I wasn't inviting you to, it's me as your liaison to them, but if you decided that you wanted to do such a thing, I would be okay with it.
I am not curious.
I'm curious.
You would be.
I'm curious about you, dear.
Okay, what are you curious about? I seem to be the
You know.
focus right now.
You know.
Oh. You've already seen me bear.
No. The whole thing. How does it work?
Count on insight to 7. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Having sex with you, dear.
Oh, I thought you already had sex.
No, he
Wait, you had sex?
Why would you
Oh,
think
remember when
that?
they were coming out of the same room that one time and they totally spent the night?
That's what they were doing!
That's what they were doing in the story that you tell after you've been on the deck.
That was not anything weird. She was just watching me sleep.
I want you I would like you to defend that statement.
I'm not sure which is more concerning. I'll be honest. I have a question.
Okay. Everybody seems to be having questions for me.
Does it, and Howell's just stuttering over himself. Does it match?
You too.
Does the bottom match
You
the top?
too, Hal. Every centaur is different.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this one. And he points at Hildy.
Out of character. Did Hildy disrobe in front of us once? She keeps offering, but I don't know if she's actually gone through with it.
Remember that one time when we all went and had to disrobe in front of the weird
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You know as much as I do.
because I said fuck off.
My ship is
I guess
make
not.
yourself comfortable. If you want to disrobe, then you disrobe.
oh, they're naked over there.
Yes, they are.
Nice.
Are we all getting
I mean-
naked?
No.
Please.
I'm gonna go talk to the navigator now. You're boring.
Ooh, he's the one with the monkey.
I'd like to cast weather report. It's a druid craft.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Channel 7 news center.
Let's make a million.
There's a roll involved with that, right?
I think you've made it a. I think it's a thing.
No, yeah, D30. Go ahead and roll with D30.
Yeah, I think you made a roll just to see what the weather was going to be like.
I would like to conjure weather at 29.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think we want high numbers.
Suddenly you feel the ship rotate slowly. Faster.
You get the sense of a slight obscurity, as if you're not seeing this, you're just kind of feeling it and internalizing this vision of perhaps fog. And you're expected to kind of be on the river towards the lock soon anyway, so it's not surprising to you. But as far as general, outside of that, before the fog, there's going to be a heavy rain, and then the next day it's going to clear up and just have a few light showers here and there.
Can you share this?
Which never happened.
You just do
That's what I'm asking.
I just like to know the weather.
What's it gonna be like?
Gonna rain a bit. It's gonna be a bit foggy.
Fantastic. You think the Inquestors of the Realm, or whatever title they gave us, they would give us a room?
That's a title from a lord. Who cares?
Are you all wearing the rings, by the way?
I would have no reason to take it off, yeah.
I'm definitely I didn't think about it.
I feel like I should now.
No, I'm just asking. I mean, it's a magical ring that, it's designed
Yeah.
to give you protection. So, but I didn't know if you're wearing it openly, all of you, or just...
I wear a chain around my neck because I shapeshift sometimes and fingers don't always stay.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, you wouldn't lose the ring.
Well, yeah, but like.
But if you're not wearing it,
I'm-
it's not working. I mean, you could still be attuned to it, but if you're not wearing it when you're, then...
Yeah, then wearing it openly.
Okay, you're on the finger. Okay, and Dikir, you're not...
I am wearing it, but as I do that, I kind of like fidget with it when I mention it.
Okay.
This isn't going to get us in trouble in Eves, is it?
It could.
Oh,
If they're at war, Lyon's Gate, they might hate us for it.
we didn't think about that. We might have to pocket these when we get there.
Eva and I are women, so we'll just be stuck in the kitchen.
Why would you think this?
Killed.
These are friends of the Kingdom of Lioness. I don't think you have to worry about anything. What does this ring you have? Very nice. You all have it.
We were blessed by the prince.
Hey, you met the prince.
Yes, he said I was the most beautiful woman he's ever seen.
And then he asked us to go to hell.
Not necessarily
No,
in
I
that
believe
order,
you.
but yeah.
I don't know why I believe you, but I find you very convincing.
So, I don't know if you remember watching the first episode. Hildy lies flat out to him, and he's always like, every roll, I
Doesn't Hildy constantly say that she never lies?
Yes, she
Okay.
You're Francisco, you're not the sharpest tool, are you?
Well, it depends on who you speak with.
What would your wife say?
What? What she says?
What would your wife say? Would you agree that you're sharp and quick-witted?
Oh, I don't think she looks at me in that way. She finds me very attractive, of course, and of course she's a beautiful woman as well, and so we work very well. We're a perfect match for each other.
We all find you very attractive, dear.
Thank you.
I don't.
So I feel like maybe I need to go back to my cabin now.
But, Francisco, we're getting so close here.
Yeah, did we make you uncomfortable?
I know I'm not comfortable per se. I think Josiini quite often
Yes, you should go back to your wife then.
I think I will retreat back to the cabin for the evening. I am very tired, and the children must be looked after. So we'll see you at home.
Does Howell get a feeling that there's some kind of nature to the relationship between him and Josiini that maybe...
Roll.
Yeah, can I too? I was picking up on that. 2.
Oh! 14 plus... God, I forgot my physical sheet at home, and D&D Beyond is being fun.
Always fun.
Inside... Oh, 18 total.
Okay, and
2. So I don't care. I don't care.
I'm very aware.
Like, I went to think about it for a second. I was like, I
You're a
don't
little
care.
embarrassed by all the flirting that he's been doing with
it's shocking
Was he flirting?
with Cinnamon Tar.
for Hal.
I thought that was because his pony was named Cinnamon.
Of course, you don't know Josiini, and you don't know Francisco. But you do understand kind
My eyes
of,
open.
you're feeling the general tension.
Right.
There's a tension there. What that means exactly, even though that role is really unclear.
Is it the same kind of tension like between Howell and Hildy?
Oh, I think I have to make a separate roll for that.
That's totally fabricated tension.
And Howell's going to... I watch... is Francisco walking away?
Yes, he's walked.
Watch him walk away. As he, closes the door, he's going to immediately turn to Josiini. So... something interesting going on there, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a fun trip, guys.
Don't antagonize her. She threatened to kill all of us.
I'm just fascinated by the dynamics of this ship.
I'm personally just glad that he's stopped talking to me because it's so much more fun when it's someone else's problem.
He gives you the uncomfies, huh?
What did he say to you?
He just kept flirting and I was not okay with it.
No.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna point at the crew member that he winked at. Oh yeah, he gave her the winks.
Yeah, well, don't feel special. It does it to everybody.
It's like a handshake.
Well, he did kiss me that one time.
Well, you've always been down for it, so.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
Just how believe that. Got it. 13.
Hildy has felt Francisco's lips
Okay.
Upon her person.
on her person.
Things are getting even more interesting around here.
It's from when he kept trying to kiss fast.
Well, he is an ass kisser, that's for sure.
Seems like it.
Hildy's gonna head back and look for the navigator.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So
Not even a monkey.
Neko is sitting, Narky with his pet monkey, Taro, is sitting back toward the aft of the ship, toward where the above the on the aft deck where the steering mechanism is for the ship, and there's a couple of the sailors there with him, just kind of first of all making sure the ship is being steered properly, and just light banter. The monkey, you don't see it as you approach, but you can kind of see movement, underneath his blousey tunic and the coat that he wears over it. He notes your approach, just kind of eyes you and nods as you come closer.
Hello, Navigator. I need your assistance.
How can I be of assistance to you?
Well, I'm looking for some very large towers.
What kind of?
Well, one is beautiful and white like a flower, and one is not beautiful. It's ugly green like dragon breath, and one is black like bilberry juice, and one is red like fresh blood.
You are fortunate that we are going to East, because East is the city of towers. And maybe the towers you're looking for are there. I don't know.
Have you seen any of these on your journey?
Specifically, no, I have not seen.
Well, you're not
towers of
very
nature.
good navigator.
But I navigate well where we go.
Oh. Well, if you only go in one place, that's not really navigation. That's just kind of pointing. in a
I
straight
never
line.
said I am very familiar with the Primal Sea. At least the coast of the Western Kingdoms down to Tartessos into the great sea beyond. Not as far as the Lucan lands, but I have been many places, but I have not seen these towers. He's getting a little bit agitated, and as he kind of tenses up, the little monkey peeks out.
Does your monkey bite?
He would probably bite you.
I've never been bitten by him.
You have a very bony finger. I'm afraid he might take off the end of it if you are not careful.
Can you tell him to bite me gently?
No,
I've never been bitten by a
bite as
monkey.
he sees fit. But I do not antagonize my monkey. And kind of pushes him back.
All right.
Name of your sex tape.
I'm going to watch the captain steer the ship now.
Well, the captain is down there. We're steering the ship over here.
I'm
Where
going
am
to
I
watch
doing?
this person.
Very well.
I might learn how to be the ship's captain one day.
I doubt it. But if you, no,
Well, it can't be much fun
don't even
than being a
know what to
navigator.
yes, please, thank you.
All right.
He just kind of turns slowly and starts to chat idly with one of the other sailors. So unless Josiini's actually walked with you up there, then she's still down with the rest of the group.
Should we have her
Move me down.
right here?
Yeah, she would be with you guys. She was just kind of like walked up and Francisco walked up.
Captain Josiini, can I ask you something?
Sir?
Seems to be a lot of tension between you and Francisco and his wife. Is there a reason you offered them passage?
They were in need of some assistance, and so I offered them some assistance.
Surely there are other boats.
There may have been just right place, right time. You know, opportunity and how all that works. You know, nothing. She's a lovely woman, his wife, and now the children. It's great to have them all here.
Can I roll an insight on that?
I'm sitting right here. Can I roll?
I can't roll insight to save my life.
Can I roll insight on this? Because I feel like even I'm picking up on
Oh,
something.
you're all together, except for Hildy at this point.
That's a,
Take
that's
it.
a sexy 19.
Oh,
That is a sexy 19.
So again, that's not much far off from where Hal was. A little better, maybe a little bit perceptive as a druid. You definitely pick up that there is some tension there. The tension is as much with Francisco and then laterally with the wife. And so you probably realize that there's more history than what's obvious.
If you really wanted to teach him a lesson, you could have him stay out here and we could take the rim.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of stories about sex with a centaur earlier. I can't say I'm not intrigued.
I meant we as a group, not. Am I saying something? Why does it keep coming back to this?
You stepped in it.
That's really the only way you're gonna get him out of the cabin. Is if you're with him.
He looks like he's visibly weighing his options as he looks to the sea, looks back at her, looks at the cabin door.
will you return our passage fee in exchange?
I'm not a prostitute.
Apparently, all whores. One
I'm
definitely
not a
a whore.
whore, dear. I'm a slut.
Ah,
I'm up at the captain.
missed opportunity. You should take the money.
I think that's the most true thing Hildegard has said all night.
And it's been a few hours now that you've been on board the ship. All of you, except for Josiini, of course, could make a con save.
I'm
And
good at that.
No.
We
you're
switched.
at disadvantage.
Oh, damn it. I rolled a 19. Oh, it's still good. 16.
If I rolled literally any other number, I would be fine.
No, you rolled a nat 1.
Did you roll one?
What'd you get?
It was a 20, but then it cocked, and so now that's
Cocked into.
yeah. Well, it cocked into that.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
when you re-rolled it.
No, it didn't. It just sat between the 20
But
and.
But you rolled it.
Yeah, I re-rolled it. I re-rolled it.
So what'd you get?
So what's the re-roll?
Sorry. Again, D&D Beyond re-navigating.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
I love that you're the
What's my save? That'd be a 14.
Okay. All right, so you're feeling okay. You rolled a 16, right?
I rolled a 16. The way I'm justifying is I haven't stood on my legs at all. I've been leaning against the wall.
Right, and so you felt a little bit queasy as you the first hour or so, and then as you sat down, you felt a lot better. How you're feeling fine, and of course, you're well also. And neither of you will have to roll again. Eva, however, as this conversation is taking place with Josiini, just out of nowhere, she just turns and begins to puke over the side of the ship. Or just throwing up her guts. All the fish stew she might have had coming right out and more.
All this romantic tension is making me nauseous.
Oh.
Kind of reach up and pat your back.
It might be the fish, dear.
Mama, I think she just missed her husband.
Ah, she'll get her sea legs. Here, bring your ass to anchor over here. Stare at the horizon.
It's nighttime, dear.
Still seems the horizon. Just not pitch black.
Right.
It's probably karma because you made fun of me the last time this happened to me.
Last time this happened to you, you were like unconscious in the water.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. It was like there was chum in there was chum in the water, and then there was your blood, and I couldn't tell the difference.
It looks like we got chum in the water now.
That was when the shark tried to eat him.
That was a fun one.
Well, this is an interesting story.
Oh, he didn't want to have sex with the shark either.
He's playing hard to get.
I'll assume I'm asexual from now on. I think that would avoid a lot of confusion.
What's that mean?
It means he only has sex with.
Oh, that's a...
Is that a valid term or should I?
Yeah.
Oh, asexual.
It means I don't want to have sex with anyone ever. Ever. I do not have that desire.
You ever get in that mood?
No.
You'll end up looking like him
Why?
if you never have sex.
Why?
Look at him.
Never have sex.
Josh.
It's how his dog duck.
Really, Mom? My love.
How fucking dare you! I swear to God. How dare you use my trauma?
I'm actually proud of myself for that one.
Party's actually getting to know itself in a lot more deeper sense than it did before.
This is the first time we've had these discussions. Something about being on a ship full of
Wow.
women pirate ship rights. What do you call yourself?
Pirate.
I don't know. I heard somebody said pirate earlier.
Oh, I'm going to sleep now that you've offended her.
Offended, huh?
Ellie's gonna find a pile of rope to curl up on.
He meant that in the nicest way.
They're called privateers. That's the polite way to say it.
Why we keep talking about privates? It's all day today.
I wouldn't say pirate, I would say opportunist.
Oh,
I'll agree with that.
I like it.
I'll agree with anything she says because she has the power to throw us overboard.
You're a smart man.
Thank you.
Well, you do need to work on your Fjorden a little bit.
You need to work on your, exactly.
So the women that were bathing themselves or each other, they have dressed once more, and you see them just kind of retiring to a corner together to kind of just, not in a sexual way, which seems to be the theme tonight, but more just together, next to each other, sleeping, one secluded area of the deck. And the night begins to pass on. Anything else anybody wants to do the rest of the evening?
I mean, I would have given more house rules about not going near the girls, but it appears we're all safe. It's perhaps the first time I haven't had to give that speech on this ship.
We keep to ourselves, we make a few comments, but that's about it.
I only had sex the one time with the one guy, and I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Wait till Hildy wakes up. You might want to have that talk with her.
I'll
Yeah.
sleep with one eye open.
He would literally be the only problem.
Without boundaries, he's currently asleep.
That's good to know.
So just before dawn, as you are completing your long rest, the rain starts coming down rather heavily. And just as Kiva had predicted, it lasts for
I'm prepared.
maybe an hour. And
For all of us?
then as the sun begins to come up over the horizon, the ships of the sailors changing out, and they bring out again another hot meal of what looks like an oatmeal or porridge sort of thing. And you start to note that in the distance as you leave the Lao and you're in the river at this point, a rather wide river, heading southward down toward the lock, which you can't see, by the way. I mean, this is a good distance. You can see the head, it's very foggy. There are other ships that are passing and have passed through the night, on their way to or from Linus or other parts of the world, who knows, as they pass. But nothing threatening, for sure. And everyone seems at ease in the morning. When the cabin door bursts open and the children come bouncing out, and you see them swerving and kind of drooping and jiving as they move quickly, full of energy and excitement and laughter around the deck now that it's stopped raining, and they are free of the stifling cabin that they were in all night with their parents. Moments later, you hear what sounds like a pounding from inside the cabin area. It goes on for a little while, and a couple of the sailors kind of look over and chuckle, and then it stops. And
How
moments
long?
later, Francisco comes walking through the door. He's got a big smile on his face. He looks relaxed and casual.
How long did the pounding last?
About 20 minutes.
Okay.
God damn!
That is impressive.
So he strolls over. He seems in a good mood, and just to the group of you that are there, my wife insists that I leave every morning flat, and then again in the afternoon. She says it tempers my extraordinary magnetism. I'm not sure what that means. Do you?
No.
It might mean she wants a break from you, dear.
I feel so much more relaxed and less, full of the vinegar, as they might say. In any case, what are we doing today?
Sailing.
Mostly we're watching Kiva throw up.
I'm having a good berry. I would like to point out I'm having a good berry today. I'm not touching the stew or
Okay.
berries.
I have some big greasy sausages in my bag.
I feel
They're
like
made from chickens.
I feel like the big sausages are more more their thing than.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Can you think of anything you can do for Kiva?
Are you asking Francisco? I can, you should drink some salt water.
Your voice is very soothing. Maybe that will help calm her stomach down.
No, she's a very beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I've spoken to Kiva before, but she rebuffs me every time that I speak with her. It's a negative experience. I don't like that very much. I suppose if she'll speak with me in a moment, I could offer her some conversation.
Find no reason for you to speak with her. I can help. I'll have one of my girls bring you some nice, fresh water. Salt water would not be the way to go.
Thank you.
The captain knows best, of course.
Nice seeing you.
Oh, you got me shoes!
I'm at the railing. It's nowhere near you.
How did you splash all the way back up here?
I think I just have food poisoning or something.
Everybody else ate exactly what you ate.
You think so, wouldn't you?
While this is happening, I go to Francisco and we have a private conversation.
Paolo is going to
Perhaps.
take a couple steps back to just in earshot of the conversation. Okay.
Hal is a freaking gossiper.
I'll investigate.
Kiva's waiting until she gets a chance to make a constitution save.
If possible to do so stealth.
It's the morning. It's the morning. I would say, to do so.
He acts tough, but he would be at home watching soap operas.
That's a 23.
Yes, that's it. You're feeling a lot better. And did you say you want to have this conversation with Francisco? You said privately. How privately?
Very, very privately. Just a whisper. That not that they could overhear, but
Okay.
sternly.
All right. And so those that are watching, what do they roll a perception? Anybody that's actually watching Josiini and Francisco. Oh,
Pace.
I'm watching Kiva throw up with a smile on my face.
Oh no, you see, the thing
I'll
is
try to
that
read
he offered
lips.
me the water, and all of a sudden I feel
Oh
fine.
yeah, that's right.
Okay, I rolled an 8. But I'm trying to read lips, and I'm just interpreting whatever wild shit comes to Howl's
did
brain.
anybody else roll? Just okay.
Oh, I was too busy with the nice water.
Yeah, so you have no idea what she's actually saying, but what would you say your body language, Josiini's body language is, and the reciprocal body language coming from Francisco in the brief moment that you're chatting with him?
Yes, I'm definitely giving off the air that I'm giving him a little bit of dressing down, or that there's a message that I'm delivering to him. I do point at the cabin and maybe at Kiva a couple of times. But by the end of the conversation, Francisco appears to have disarmed the situation a little bit, and I a brief smile.
Okay. He just quietly, he looks over at the rest of you and just kind of, like a peacock, just kind of straightens his back again and then goes off to play with his children for a little bit. Anything you guys want to do during the day?
Lily's gonna read more of that new book she got, setting up
Okay.
on her guide. And that's about it. There's not much to do on a boat.
No, there's not, and we're not going to dredge through every day. But the afternoon comes at some point, and none of you have seen Esmeralda out of the cabin at this point. You know that she's there only because he's told you she's there, and of course Josiini has, obviously confirmed that. But in the afternoon, you hear a woman's voice calling from the cabins. In the interior of the ship aft. And Francisco is still outside with the children. Once in a while, kind of orbiting near the rest of you and maybe making a comment about this and that. And the voice calls out, Francisco, Portfantolio! My feet hurt, Francisco. Come rub them for me, please. Francisco just kind of gets his attention right away, and his eyes immediately go to Josiini, and then he just quickly walks in. And then you hear that rhythmic pounding for a while.
Like a trained dog.
Honestly, I'm not going to disagree with you.
And this seems to be a typical morning and evening in this world, on this micro world on this ship.
A nightmare.
Over the days that you're traveling down the river to Loch Agnew and then turning further south toward Ease as you break into the open waters of the Primal Sea. And this is a vast ocean. Whereas when you're on the river, once the fog had kind of lifted and you could see the banks of the river, even in the Lao, you could see in the distance the edges of the Lao in the far distance. But here on the ocean, of course, looking toward the west, it's just the ocean meets the horizon. It's a beautiful day. Most of the travel has been fairly decent, except for that first brief period on the river as you turn toward Ease. So over the next 7 days, as you continue to travel south, is there anything that you would like to, any interaction?
Do you think she has corns here?
Probably. Yeah. Oh, Absolutely. They are doing nothing but shucking in there.
What would that have to do with corn?
You shuck corn.
Oh.
And corn's on her feet.
Yeah, no, that's...
She's got sore feet.
Oh, but the other thing's true. They're shucking.
I like corn.
I think that that's just a word that rhymes.
Yeah. It's a run.
Kiba, I don't know if you understand, but I'm trying to be subtle.
Why would you be subtle? Like, Hildy's like the most invested in this kind of thing of our entire party.
Let me have my fun.
And no one else on that ship is being subtle.
I do. I would like to do two things.
Okay.
Just practice with my, like, the new claws that I got. Just trying to remember how to actually use a fucking melee weapon as opposed to just always being a bear.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of you.
Yeah.
They're an extension of you. Okay. What's the other thing?
I just remember that the solstice is approaching. I'm not sleeping over the nights anymore. I'm basically sitting in one of the corners, just staring up at the sky and daring something to fucking happen. So, over these days, that's what's happening. I'm sleeping in the morning and not sleeping at night.
Okay, all right. And then during this period, one evening, Princess goes out a little bit later than usual. The children are to bed. Same type of scenario where things are calm and relaxed, and the stars are bright above. And he's once again kind of wanders over to where Dakir is, and cinnamon tar.
I'm trying to get my sea legs, so I'm like kind of in Bambi mode right now with my horse legs wobbling as I'm trying to walk around the ship.
Twice as many, right?
Takes a lot of practice.
The stars at night. I think they're beautiful. Yes.
What? Sure, yeah, the stars are beautiful.
It's like I'm gazing at my reflection. Feeling I get when I look at the beauty of the stars.
Has anyone ever told you you have an inflated ego?
No, no one didn't tell me that at all.
I'm telling you.
I don't agree. Do you believe it? I don't know why you believe it.
All you do is talk about how attractive you are.
An obvious thing. Hey, don't you tell other people how plain you are? You must tell them. I'm sorry that I am plain, but...
If I told people that, I feel like that would not make me
in
plain.
your life again, but...
In my line of work, it benefits you to be plain. It benefits you not to stand out.
People just don't recall you, and you could, like, you know, do things that others won't recall.
Hold my hands.
Oh, I'm here? Okay.
Thank you.
I got you.
I'm just like having him walk me like a toddler as I'm talking to Francisco.
That's it. Right.
Put one hand on your back and one hand on your chest, and just they feel very soft, and he just kind of like strokes your back as he does so.
Hey,
Stop him! Stop him! Stop!
No touching the merchandise.
I did not consent to that.
I stopped practicing with my claws just to turn around and watch this interaction because it's fun from up here.
I almost hooved you. If for a moment I thought I could get away with it.
How high is Takir's back?
He's 6 feet tall total at the head, so it's probably like
maybe, or
It's like a
I'd
torso.
say at least 5 hands high.
34, 32 inches. Back. He's 6 feet tall.
yeah, I think so. Why?
That's what child's horsey.
Sylvie could literally like. While he's walking.
I never thought about that, but you're right. You're much taller than us.
She does that.
No, you don't.
She's not riding you. She's just walking.
I'm like awkwardly. What? It's happened.
Oh, I don't know what to do in this situation.
This is my worst nightmare. Hildegard, please.
We have to amuse ourselves here.
It's not amusing to me.
Kiba, you need help with those claws.
You know, I think I'm doing all right up here.
No, you need your form. You need help. And Hal goes down to her.
But after how long do you stay like that?
Reach your hands back here, I'll help you.
No. Captain!
Reach back! Reach over your shoulder!
I'm not involved in the internal workings of this group. I've got my own crew to worry about.
So do you want to practice or?
Yeah. That's one of the things I want to do today.
Oh,
I
fun.
want to help you get into combat fighting shit.
You know, oddly enough, I didn't actually get that much weapon training with the druids.
Surprising. Do they not engage in combat?
They
very
do. Honestly, some of them are frighteningly good with the sickle. I just, I was bored with most of them, and they didn't get me. I didn't get them. So eventually, when I went up to Visca, you know, they were my family, and they saw that I was shite with weapons, and they wouldn't let me live it down. So.
And Hal's gonna reach over here.
Yeah.
Let me. I'm only gonna take the one just for demonstration purposes, and he's gonna put the claws on one hand.
You might want to loosen the strap a bit.
Nah, you want a good fit. And he's gonna take a moment to kind of feel the weight and like various strikes to get like a sense of what the weapon is like. Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. So what I noticed with this one, it is all of your power is going to be right here in the point if you're going for a stabby bit. But you are more used to one of these slashing bits. So, and he's going to undo it. Try it on. And I want you now, with me. Fun. That's where I'm going. So, right now, you're a person. You're a beautiful woman. Right. Now imagine you're a bear, but don't turn into a bear.
That's a lot harder than I think it is.
And he's going to get down into the stance. The way the bears move, you feel the weight in the shoulders, right? And he's going to make Kiva get down, and through a couple minutes of getting her to like claw, like get used to the strikes in the similar form that she is.
I'll be honest, I am totally doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I don't care how weird it is. Yeah.
I think for you in particular, I think channeling that feeling that you have when you're in the bath. I think intuitively, that's a big word for me, intuitively, you're going to want to follow the same line of attack that you do when you're going into your frenzy. But I want you to focus on that motion. And just repeat it over and over and over again. And then we'll move on to some sparring.
Some of the sailors are like gathering around watching this whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And in the background, I'm trying to get under to cover.
There's quite a lot happening on this ship right now.
It's just good, like, not sure what to do at this whole point. This with Hildy straddling you in this weird way. And
I like to think this is how I get my sea legs. It's just motivation to get help from under Hildy.
I'll give you that.
There's like the word into a bear.
I know, but you know, it makes him feel good. And honestly, I could use the practice. I go for a strike, but channeling the primal savagery, just like make the strike with the acid claw just to prove that I can, and it just like glows green as I strike.
Ooh, very nice. But
I'm not hitting you with the choice.
I want you to hit me.
Well, who wants to put some gold on who bleeds?
Hold on, she has a blade, so I'm going to bleed. What? No. None of that magic-y stuff for me.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Fundamentals.
Oh my god. You sound like so many fucking people.
Nathan, we're trouble.
I'm slipping you 5 gold.
Alright.
You should stab him in the neck.
Yeah. Go for the throat.
Make an attack.
I have my ring of protection, but
It's
no.
5. Everyone in. 5 gold. Everyone in.
My money's on Kiva.
I attack recklessly.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh. Okay.
Well, that was only a 13 plus and a human shape. So.
The town goes down.
Yeah, that's a 19.
19 hits.
Cool. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a, I'm not doing a lot of damage. Yeah, I'm doing minimal damage. Like,
But you
I
did
pulled the strike
call
at the last second,
strike,
so
right?
just. Huh?
Were you calling the strike? I mean,
I was, oh yeah, calling it, so then it would be would that be minus 10 or would that
that'd
be
be
disadvantage?
disadvantage. Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Oh, so it would have been a straight roll, so.
Cool, so do I do the new roll?
Well,
make it straight.
did you roll an advantage to begin with?
I did roll with advantage.
Okay, so what was your low roll?
It was a 12 of the original. It was a 13 and a 12. The 12.
Just 12 on the dice?
12 on the dice.
She did roll a 13 first, though.
It didn't matter. It still does advantage. So
Yeah.
But she has advantage because she's doing reckless.
Right,
So
but
it
disadvantage
cancels out.
because she called the so the first roll was 13. I see. What
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So then if that hits, that hits.
That hits. Okay.
I mean, she rakes you across the throat. I'm doing how much damage?
15 points.
No, only 3 points of damage.
3 points?
I like the idea.
Enough to claw in pretty deep, and then now I'm just gonna for a moment,
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I pass you 3 good berries.
He takes them and he pockets them. Okay.
Oh, I thought we were. I thought.
He's going for an uppercut. Also, I have advantage.
Yeah, you do. I only have 14 AC, so.
Yeah, well, that's a. Unarmed. Would I be proficient at unarmed? No. Right?
I don't think so. It's just 1 point of damage, and you're.
Small short symbol.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just
It's 1 plus strength.
Right.
25 to hit. And 24
Yeah.
to hit. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit.
Yeah.
And so
24 to hit, and that would be.
1 plus your strength bonus.
Yep.
Oh, so you're gonna take a clean 5 points of damage.
Yeah, more damage than what I did. Yeah.
Hey,
We're doing this.
you. What? You chickening out? You're gonna turn into a bird?
I can't turn into a bird. Why would I turn into a bird?
It's a chicken, dear.
I accept your challenge.
Yeah.
Should we roll for initiative?
Yeah.
Barbarian training session.
You guys are doing this, yeah.
I'm gonna hand you the new sum of gold back. Still on Kiva.
That's a,
You guys, if you want to, can specify non-lethal.
yes.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Howard's going just fist.
Okay.
Just fist.
I'll hold that as a deposit on the damage. for the shit.
I'm sure that'd be fine.
So I just double
The 2 barbarians are really in control of themselves.
speed extra.
Yeah, okay. So that's a sexy 4.
That's an 18 on the dice.
All right.
Wow. So, so Kiva has initiative.
Come on.
Cool.
Come on.
Still doing reckless. Still doing. You know what? I'm just gonna do just a reckless attack.
Yeah, go for it.
That's 10. That's a 18 on the dice. I hit you.
18 hits. Yes.
And that is only 5 points of damage.
5 points. All right, I'll take
You're
it.
gonna rake across the. You're unarmored, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So you're seeing the cuts and the abrasions on the skin. It rips through whatever he's wearing, tunics.
Not bad. Not bad. And now, Owl's gonna. Yeah, no. Owl's gonna take. He's gonna go for 2 hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 strikes. Also, and they're at advantage.
Yeah.
The entire crew is pretty much.
So the first one hits because
Yeah,
that's a 17. The second one, the high one is
Oh, 14 is fine.
16.
Yeah, you still hit.
Yeah, hit both of them. So that's another 10 points bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Remember, you can call Uncle whenever you want.
So,
He would hear her.
I do one just like 2 strikes. The other one would be offhand, and it would be like without the proficiency bonus.
Right. Exactly.
So, yep. And I'm not gonna do reckless this time.
The sailors are kind of pick sides. They're cheering one or the other along.
That'll be for the first strike 16 to hit.
That's my uppercuts.
Yeah, you were built for this. I have not built for this.
At this point, you hear some cheers and some clapping. Yeah, all right.
And that is 6 points of damage.
Slashing?
Slashing it.
Cool.
Offhand is no proficiency bonus. Do I add right?
You do on the
Offhand.
Strength-based attack, so.
not.
No, you don't add the proficiency bonus on the offhand. Oh, on the attack roll, yeah. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's just damage. You don't add it on your.
Yeah, I miss on the offhand. Because no proficiency on the offhand.
None on damage.
Ooh, you're gonna have to be quicker than that. Now, Howl's going to and I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Come on. Come on, try again. Turn around.
Yep. So
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. I was going to say I do it recklessly,
Oh, okay.
so it cancels out. 18 on the die.
Hits me.
Yeah, that is 7 points of damage.
7.
Ooh, jeez.
Yeah.
You don't even set a post.
Come on, barbarian.
Offhand, still reckless.
It would really suck if something attacked us right now.
17. Yeah.
17 also hits.
17 on the die, or 17 on the die. So this is just rolling the damage die. That's only 2 damage.
2 damage. Taking 2 more slashes. I will take stock for just a second. Touches the wound.
Here's where we go into overdrive.
Bonus action, he's going to rage.
Yeah.
And you see this one, you never see it this close, like
Getting
in
as
melee
far as
range.
possible.
But Howl goes deathly quiet for a moment before 2 more fists come towards your face, both reckless.
Yeah.
So that's a 18 to hit on that first one.
My
And
AC is 14.
the second one misses with a 6.
Ooh.
But you do take 7 on that punch.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm scanning the water as this is happening, making sure something's not like just right underneath the surface.
If you did reckless, then
Yeah, so the offhand is it just does not receive the damage bonus. And it's considered technically a bonus action.
yeah, that's what I was using it as.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. So then I'll bonus action rage myself. And you just see that she just is smiling like a lot more than she's getting into it.
To me, green.
And they're giving you a
Very
little bit more
unique.
space on the
Yeah.
deck there, as much as they can in the small ship.
And roll to hit with advantage because you're raging, because you did reckless, right? Well, I'll take the 14 in the beginning. 14 plus 6 is a 20.
Okay.
Yep. Lowest on the die, still 5, but halved to 2. And I'm now relative raging.
Oh, good to know.
And you see, like she does have, when she rages, like a little bit of a green glow in like the eyes.
Wow, how dangerous.
Yeah. There's one thing I'm really good at.
Taking a hit.
2 things I'm good at.
Another. That's a. Yeah, a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
That's another 5 damage. And I'm gonna. Oh, wait, actually,
no.
come on, I get advantage
You
because you did reckless.
No, I thought you did reckless, so I didn't.
I did reckless. 14. 14 plus 4, 18 to hit. And then second one, because I got extra attack.
Just watching this next to you, Dakira, and he's like, are they a couple?
Sometimes I wonder myself, but
I
no.
find it very arousing.
They both just really enjoy fighting.
And that's that's a 23 to hit on the second one.
You know, I think that might just barely.
That's another 7 points of damage. Reduced to half, though.
Yeah.
So it's 7 total for the round.
Yeah.
Or, no, it would be 6 total. Because the way halves work.
Oh, yeah.
Round down.
My turn.
Wow.
Did you reckless this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Creating a combat when there's not one.
This is getting down over the session.
Well, good thing I'm doing it with advantage. That is still nothing to hit. That is. Wait,
It missed?
you miss. Yes, the first one missed.
What was your total?
Like 14.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
then
sense.
misses.
Hey, you can do offhand. Ooh.
And then with the offhand, that is. I'll take that 17 on the dice. God, why do you keep critting failing?
That hits. Roll me more. Roll me more damage.
3! Christ!
Where are you guys, like, hit point wise this?
Oh, I'm looking kind of.
I've got so much gas.
You've been having the damage.
I
Right?
went to Lyon, Texas.
Okay.
I'm looking a little fucked up.
You've been having, right?
Yes, after I started raging, I've been having.
Okay.
Yeah, so not lingering too much on the combat as you.
Yeah, and then like the next after this one, I tap out.
Okay.
Which,
What I was going to do.
if you'll allow me,
Okay.
Howl is going to, this time, he's going to go, as soon as, like, the second strike comes that misses, he's going to go and, like, go wrap around her waist and try to drop straight into the ground with her.
So is that like a grapple
attack.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You have to be an athletics.
Yep.
Opposing athletics.
But with you, we do it with advantage, right?
Because rage.
Yes.
What was your high number?
Crit.
Natural.
Oh, okay.
You don't.
Howl, as he's reaching for the body that is no longer there, slams himself into the ground to look up at Kiva. So, are we gonna? What do we do here?
I'd say that we are at a bit of an impasse. Or, you know, I don't want to actually start hurting you.
And he pops up to his feet.
Yeah. You see, I was trying, but you see, my chair table.
And you notice like the calm, the little bit of laughing that seeps through turns into a full on.
It's lesson number one.
That's very nice. Very nice. Yes, very nice.
Yeah, now I'm aroused.
If that was a real fight, Kiva would have folded him into a suitcase and walked away with him.
Man, my base is 46.
If I had a weapon.
If you had a weapon, I would be fucked up. If I was using actual magic, or, you know, shape-shifting.
Yes, but then again, yes, that's why you
Yeah.
your bear form.
Taking stock of how roughed up Kiva is.
Wow.
I'm gonna give these back to you. He hands him the three. One of them is squashed. Good berries.
That's alright. I got more.
And he's gonna eat all three at once.
President of Val, he said, the voyage I've ever been on. We'll be doing this every night.
I don't know about every night, but I'd say almost.
I now understand why you would resist me. It is plain to me now. I understand that you are a couple and you are together, you are in love. And I, of course, will respect that. And of course, Josiini was very clear about the rules upon the deck of our ship. So I bid you good night. He's up.
What?
He's moving.
Don't worry. I'll understand. But,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
well, I noticed that the two of us could kick his ass pretty easily.
Your
That's a
back
very
itches,
fair point.
like weirdly, it just.
What? What did he do to me?
You don't know if it's from him petting or from him being blocked.
I'm wearing my armor.
You.
What the hell? Oh, that's even worse. If it's from you.
Things happen.
I'm like awkwardly
Oh, he finally rode the centaur.
dropping my mic. I'm like taking a dagger and trying to get through the armor to get it.
It is.
Someone look at my back.
I'll look at it here.
Not you.
I can take a look.
I guess you would make the most sense.
You want me to, like,
Is there? Yeah.
I think this might be a good time for me to go to my cabin and take about a 20-minute rest, maybe.
Feel like that. Oh. It took me a second.
I'll be back on.
yeah. Do I see anything weird on his back? Like,
No, it's it looks completely normal to you. Roll a perception though.
Just in
I
case.
mean, it's dark, and you know, with the lantern light, as you look
11.
11, a little bit better than average. But as you look close, and you're pulling back his armor a little bit, you know, maybe roll your hand over. Yeah, it's coarse fur, and so it's not like it's not his human back. This is his equine back, and so it doesn't look like there's anything. Nothing's missing. There's no injury that you can see. It's obviously no rash, anything like that.
Feel the god.
His head.
They feel the god gave me mange. I am going to lose my goddamn
I mean,
mind.
you look fine, but I never really spent much time with horses as a kid. And
Look for ticks.
I'm not asking
Oh, that's-
Francisco.
good point. I double.
I don't need you to look, but I could. My hygiene is fine. I'd sooner find ticks on your head.
I've noticed he's been swatting his back a lot with his tail. It's usually a sign.
Oh, I thought that was because of Hildy straddling him.
That's the tick I'm talking about.
I think I need a 20-minute rest.
Sure, Francisco would be happy to oblige.
That's him missing the implication.
If you do it on the ship, I'm pretty sure we might get our fare back.
What? Sometimes I feel like you guys are making jokes and I don't understand what you're talking about.
The next few days, when you get out into the open waters, there are other ships that pass at a distance, going one way or the other, and none of them getting too close. You're maybe 2 days away from ease at this point. Every night that passes, there's a goading by the crew to see the two of you, getting back into it again. And whether you do or not is up to you. But they certainly seem to have found that as an evening activity that breaks the monotony. Francisco is aggravating as ever. Not bothering you so much any longer, as he has expressed what he thinks to be true, and steering as far away as he can from hell. Mostly just focused on conversating with the cure. So, I mean, whether it's the typical conversation that you're used to with him is always what it's like. Once in a while, of course, he plays with his children, and he's called every afternoon back into the cabin by his wife, who's never emerged to this point.
I get progressively more hostile every time he engages with me. Hello, horse fucker. How can I help you?
Yes, I like it. So if you do ever have that situation with an humanoid, make sure that your back leg is in this particular position, because you don't want to strain it in any particular way.
I'm just watching over the ship, looking at whatever wildlife is down there, and I contemplate him.
But you don't want a Charlie horse, of course.
I don't know what that is.
Was there something else, Kiva?
No, just that whenever the night of the solstice comes up, I do a thing, but if it doesn't come up, then
It will.
Yeah.
It will. But on 2 nights prior to arriving at Ease, the next day, toward middle afternoon or so, you note that there is a dark cloud on the horizon. You're used to looking out at sea at this point over several days, and it's obvious. It appears that a storm is brewing in the direction that you're heading.
as I just woke up at mid-afternoon, I check the weather to see how long this storm is supposed to go on.
Okay. Roll a d30.
24.
Okay. Again, it's cold. Remember that it's cold, even though it's summertime. You guys are far enough north still during this period of time that it's still very, very cold, especially at night with the cold wind from the north that comes off the glaciers. And you're finding that it's going to be very, very light, few, squalls here and there, light rain, nothing significant, no serious wind. Seems like relatively easy going, but ahead of you, towards the horizon, is this dark cloud. Josiini, of course, notices it, and there's some conversation up there with your navigator, and there's no way of going around it. It's in your way, so you're pretty much expecting that you're going to have to go through it. And of course, the storm at sea is you're no stranger to that. So, but looking at it, it's hard to tell how big of a storm it might be.
Does the cloud look like a regular cloud, or does it look like the cloud that was over the castle?
Perception.
Yeah, that's the other reason, because I wanted to make sure that it was normal rain. And
That would be nice if I could actually see it.
yeah,
You would only know
you
normal.
rolled it again.
Normal
You rolled
rain.
it.
Yeah, but you would only know normal.
Yeah.
So
Hildy don't know.
looking at it, it's not approaching you. You guys are approaching it. As you're heading further south, it does not. As you go further and further, getting closer and closer, the crew starts to scramble as they start to think about, preparing the ship for getting into the storm. You don't see rain, like you would normally see the drag marks of the discoloration, below the clouds indicate rain. It just seems to be there in this bright, beautiful sky all around. But it's fairly extensive. And as you get closer and closer and closer, you hear the navigator kind of conversating with Josiini at this point as to what you need to do, or what they need to do, the crew needs to do to prepare for what's ahead.
What are we looking at here, Narky?
So Zanarki, it looks very strange to me. I don't know what to expect, but I would recommend that we definitely reef the sails and strike the sheets, the rigging, and perhaps just make sure everyone is tied down, or has a length of rope to tie down to if is needed. I don't know.
It sounds like an operational plan. A crew, starting to strike the sails. Everyone, all you lot, find a rope. You may need to tie yourselves down unless you consider yourselves excellent swimmers. Everyone.
I have 2 things of rope I'm containing.
Hey,
Extra
shit.
rope for the fort.
That's the hatches! Move the decks!
This, as you know, is not a
moving on
huge
the
ship.
deck.
It's not a huge ship, but there are lines of rope, lengths of rope that are tied, down the length of the decks, all around the perimeter of the deck. So it's easy to find rope to hold on to, tie on to, however you like. If you're actually tying yourself on to something, at this point, the sea's not getting choppy. That seems to be a real confusion to the navigator, Narky. His little monkey keeps coming out, and he seems nervous as well, looking around at all of you, and just reflexive of his master's nervousness. What do you guys want to do?
I'm tying myself to the mast.
I tell the navigator about the weather report.
Okay, so Josiini would be there as well.
I can tap into the magic of the world, and sometimes it just tells me what the weather's going to be. This is going to be a light rain for a while, for no reason. Like, I have eyes, I can see that's bad. But magic says no. But magic says no rain.
You're looking at that cloud and you're saying light rain.
For a little bit, yeah.
Well, Captain, there was a giant black evil cloud that just kind of hung over the castle and had a bunch of demons.
That was more smoke from the gates of hell.
No, it was a cloud. Like that one. But it was on the castle, not in the ocean. So there might be demons in that rainstorm.
That sounds fortunate for us, doesn't it? Well, I guess stay close to your ropes and stay out of the way of my girls. We have a job to do.
Captain,
Yeah.
is there anything I can do to help?
We'll need you in your fighting prowess if there's going to be demons.
No. I'll strong set of extra hands if you need it.
He could row.
I could. Spending a bit of time on ships down over by on the Lough Greeley.
All right, we'll help the girls to secure some of this. Keep everything from floating around. And
Absolutely.
if the boat starts to rock, you want all this stuff secured.
And Hal's gonna go up to them and up to the ladies and ask if there's anything that needs to be tied down or anything, and just start helping tie knots.
And you have absolutely no sailing experience whatsoever, correct? So
Nah, not a lot.
yeah. So I mean, outside of
You're
I can
Disney.
tie some
You're
knots.
looking for the dog.
I've done some hunting. I made traps. I have some pretty solid knots I can do.
Yeah, so
But not, you don't know what knots you're supposed to be using.
yeah, right. Go ahead and roll along.
Tying a rabbit.
It's a good boy.
I'm gonna say roll intellect just because you're probably kind of like trying to parrot some of the stuff they're doing.
Oh. 18 total.
Wow, shockingly good.
Natural 18.
Yeah. Wow. So you're able to kind of pick up what they're doing fairly quickly.
Oh, that's a square knot.
And although they're very impatient and don't really want any amateur in the way of what they're doing, you get the sense that maybe they think you might kind of have an idea. So they kind of leave you alone and just guide you as needed, but with very little supervision as they go about their business. And about half an hour later, the sea is still not choppy. You see this roiling cloud getting closer and closer as you are nearly under it. And then you feel this rush of hot air. It's a wind that just rocks the ship suddenly, going from a complete calm to this rocking motion. And everybody needs to make a dexterity save.
What if I used 100 feet of rope to tie myself to the mast? Do I still need to make a dexterity save?
I'll give you advantage. It doesn't mean you won't fall down.
Can we see it?
Well, no. No, you just feel it. Just the rush of hot air, and the boat suddenly violently shifts.
11.
Okay, if you got under a 15, then you fall prone on the deck. You're not thrown overboard, but you're thrown prone on the deck. Okay, so you're currently prone. And you note that there is this crackle of lightning that comes from near the center portion of this dark roiling cloud. Then possibly the hull of a massive ship pushes through the cloud, about 300 feet above you. And you can tell as it comes through slowly, almost like pulling the cloud with it as it stretches out. And you note that it's a 5-masted ship with golden trident emblazoned on the bow of its hull. The sails they're tattered and torn and burned along their edges. They struggle to stay filled with wind as they are pushed through by this hot air.
I think you're right.
You hear several concussive booms that echo over the water as these blazing orbs of crackling blue energy explode from iron tubes on the deck of the ship. And the whole ship itself is followed by clusters of these flying creatures that appear larger than man-sized. And they're met with spears and dozens of arrows that are thrust up toward by warriors that are clad in this crystalline armor on this ship. And in this running bat, all around them, these bat-like creatures swoop down, some of them hurling fire on them. And that's where we're going to take a break. So, we'll digest for a few minutes as we take a few-minute break, and we'll see you soon. What happens?
See you soon.
Welcome back, folks. As we get underway with our group on the Queen of Tartessos heading south toward east, where they've run into a very unusual cloud. It doesn't seem natural. More so because a massive ship has come through it, being pursued by what appear to be bat-like creatures that are hurling down fire and swooping down to attack the warriors, who in turn are trying to attack them with bows and arrows and spears and magical devices that appear to be almost cannon-like, that are firing off these electrified orbs that are blasting into some of the creatures here and there. But there's many of these creatures that are trailing it, a battle in motion. About 300 feet high above the heads of or above the surface of the ocean. This thing is quite high, and on the bow of the ship you can see clearly emblazoned what appear to be golden tridents in an angular position toward the front. And then the warriors on the deck that you can see seem to be wearing this crystalline armor, and you can catch a hint of blue, perhaps their skin. They seem taller and leaner than typical. You've seen Atlanteans before. These, from a distance, seem very much like them. So, what are you guys going to do?
Might we have ever heard of this 5-masted sky sailing boat before?
Roll a history.
I'll go along.
Oh, okay.
15.
15,
19.
19,
18.
9.
9, 18 from Kiva.
18 from Kiva.
Okay.
What's your history? You don't know?
I mean, it's an 18 on the dice, but it's 18. I didn't pay attention.
All right, Francisco's out on deck at this point as well, looking up at this behemoth overhead. Vikir, being a Sylvan, you would be closest related to the Atlanteans, although you're from Gades, of course, which is across the sea. But still, you're closely related to the Sylvan elves and centaurs on the island, the Emerald Isle, where the Atlantean Empire is located. You're familiar with the symbol as being an Atlantean symbol, although you've never seen a ship like this before, either in the ocean or in the air. You do recognize it as a Royal Naval ship or an Imperial naval ship of the Atlantean Empire. It's the size of it is striking. Hildy, even you realize that, those of you that rolled 15 or above realize it looks like not a merchant ship or a trade vessel. This looks like a military ship. But some of the things that are happening on it are completely. You just have no idea. You're not familiar. Particularly with the cannon-like structures, the cylinders that are blasting off this energy. You, however, are familiar with the crystalline armor. Mm-hmm. Only Atlanteans wear it that you've seen, and it seems like only a very few specific elite-type warriors, typically like those that are either very affluent or perhaps in the Imperial Guard, in the military, higher echelon officers, that sort of thing. It's not typical, but you've seen maybe once or twice in your entire lifetime when you were in Gades, when you were in the cities, when you saw Atlanteans, this similar type armor. And it's just this very translucent with a slight tint of blue that is extremely flexible, and you know it as iridium armor.
Okay. And so would I assume this is some, are they royalty or just very...
Imperial, you know it as an imperial ship.
Okay.
But you don't know,
It's a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
So I know you're kind of part elf, because centaurs are also same thing. It's weird.
We're not even close to the same thing, but go on.
Seems a bit racist.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, I did not pay attention in school.
We all know this. We all know Kiva.
Did you that's weird, right?
Yes.
Flying Atlantean ship and surrounded by demons. That's weird, right?
Imperial ship. Yes, it's magical. And the armor is only the highest caste of their soldiers use. I'm wondering.
So are we gonna?
I don't know how much help we can be, but maybe we should help them.
So is this like another thing where some demons are gonna kidnap another queen and put it through the hell portal? Like
That's the battle that was raging overhead. You know, it's the ship, this huge ship is trying to. It seems like it's forcing itself through, dragging itself out of this cloud. I mean, it's not obvious to you. It doesn't seem like the cloud itself is like clutching it, but it's almost like going through cotton candy in a way that it's just trying to break through it. The creatures, the fiends, whatever they are, that are much larger than a human, that are flying around it, and it seems like there's dozens of them, are coming, rushing out of the cloud with it and behind it, in pursuit. And you note that one particular creature swoops down and manages to lift one of the warriors from the deck, and take it out from where the ship is and over the water, and the warrior strikes at it with rapid strokes from this long, similarly crystalline type sword. And you see black ichor just kind of rushing from the wounds where he strikes it, the creature's flesh. And then as the demon is trying to basically hold on to his prey, and strike back down at it, clawing at it with one and then the other, it seems as if the warrior is maybe too heavy and maybe causing too much injury to the creature to want to hold on to, until as it's losing altitude, and this is some distance away from your ship, it's not like right immediately above you, they've gone, drops the warrior into the water. And it's about 100-foot drop as the creature begins to slowly beat its bat-like wings back toward the cloud.
Is it close enough that I can take a shot at it?
You are currently about 100 feet away from it, and the geometry of that, if you can reach 120 feet,
I'm pretty sure a short bow can. I have to double check that.
You want to draw attention to yourself with the demon?
The Atlanteans are noble people. I think we should help.
Oh, they're doing fine here.
They don't look like they're doing fine.
you take the shot before consulting us.
Well, it's actually my cat skinny, but that's fine.
I'll take out my bow since I'm in the awkward position of being tied to the mast anyway, and then as I'm aiming it, we should help them, right?
Friend, not foe. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, man overboard. Are we close enough that we can get to?
He's about 60 feet away in the water.
Oh, that's not fun.
All right, so we will make a play to go pick him up.
Okay, are you firing that arrow?
I am.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
14.
Okay, not even close.
Yep.
From our history rolls, these giant five-masted war galleons, whatever, they normally go on the ocean. Are they in the sky? Is this a normal?
You've never seen
thing up
anything
there?
like this. You've never seen a ship in the sky.
Okay.
None of you have. None of you.
Unnatural is what it is.
You rolled a 15. I mean, you would have seen Atlantean ships in port. There are massive Atlantean ships.
Yeah.
You know, the military and train vessel that look somewhat similar to this, but this seems much larger.
Oh dear.
At the very least, they would be good friends to have.
What if it falls?
We'll have to worry about that if it happens.
We're not in the wake.
Yeah, and just a shadow over you as it's slowly crossing over the top.
Nope.
It is directly above you. The warrior has been dropped about 60 feet away. Josiini has called for the crew to tack around, and you were going to pick him up? Is that your plan? Okay.
At the very least.
The crew jumps into action. Francisco's like, nope. I'm going to look after my family.
My wife has some bunions that she needs.
The kids are in the room.
And immediately
They were in the room before.
No, they were out on the deck last time.
Back to your cage, Francisco.
Having looked up and see the shadow directly above me, I immediately go nope and look to see if I can find the sailor in the water.
Okay, roll perception. And you can do the same thing, Josiini, and do it at advantage. given the crew members and
Only 15.
15. Okay.
You're gonna roll 2.
What? Which one?
Whichever one can take the higher roll.
16.
16 plus perception.
Perception is wisdom, right? So plus
Plus
2.
2. 18.
18.
Okay. She had it under her skill, so it's actually
No.
21.
Plus 5.
Well, it's huge. Yeah, so you clearly see where the man is. In your elevated position there at the steerage of the ship, next to the navigator, the excited monkey, and the crew, just breaking into action under your command, moving the ship around, taking it around to pick up this warrior that seems to be just floating in the water. The waves just kind of moving, and he doesn't seem to be trying to stay, he doesn't seem to be reactive to the situation. He's not trying to, he's not struggling or anything, just completely still. You rolled a 15?
Yeah.
So probably following their eyes and what they're looking at, and you would take you a minute, but you would see it as well. And everybody else would have maybe around later.
I'm keeping an eye to the sky to make sure none of them are coming towards our vessel.
Okay, roll perception.
14.
Okay. Okay.
Be stealthy.
I think it's going to pull itself out of that mess and fall down in the ocean.
Oh,
We should probably not be under it.
rolling up.
You can hear the boom of these cannon-like, the crackle of the lightning. You can hear the screeches of these creatures, men and women on board the ship that are there's not shrieks of fright. These are like warrior shouts, and the way that they're the command structure of a military unit above that you hear echoing down. None of them seem to be paying attention to you as you slowly curve the ship around. Probably take you about 2 or 3 more rounds before you were able to get over to where the floating warrior is in the sea. And at that point, you don't notice right away, but as you're continually scanning the sky, roll another perception.
No.
Yeah, 5.
You were surprised, all of you, as 2
The water's in my eyes.
these large creatures on wings. One, they have these these tails that are curved and with like a spike at the end, and you can see the claws and the horns coming out. These great horns coming out from its head as they're diving towards you. One of them stops abruptly, about 100 feet above the ship, and hurls down a ball of fire. And I'm going to go ahead and get them on the map. The other one continues to dive. They began their approach about 300 feet above you. You didn't see them until they were about at the 100-foot level. No, you didn't see them at all. You rolled a 5,
Yeah.
right? So you guys are being completely surprised. They're like on you by the time that you were aware of them. And I'm going to update the map.
Yeah.
And maybe go to a different map view. Yeah. So that we can see this pair of shrieking fiends coming down.
Yeah, you said larger than a human. I didn't know you meant like 4 humans.
He meant larger.
Is this the point where you change the light above from the blue to the red? That way we know the ship's on fire?
Yeah, maybe so. Well, he's got to hit first. Let's see if he hits.
Oh, are we gonna push the guy in the water?
Yeah, so this guy is currently diving, and this is the one that stopped short. So he'll be able to continue his dive and make his attack before we go into initiative because you guys have all been surprised. I'm going to move up here and fell in the water.
It's yours.
Just for clarification, this was going to happen whether I shot an arrow or not.
Do you want to know?
Too late now.
Yeah, you guys are still a little bit away from him.
Yes, I think we are going to live to regret our action.
Every round you can just move him in a little bit closer because in 2 rounds you'll be close enough to pull him out if you want to. Okay, so. All right, so the ball of fire that's coming down, They're not huge. It's not like a massive fireball that explodes over the entire ship as it comes down over you. These seem to be a little bit more targeted. And so there's a lot of you on board, including the captain and the crew. And so I'm just going to go with the percentage as to who's going to be attacked by this. Okay, all right. So at this point, most of the crew is just focusing on the ship. Josiini's shouting orders, and the navigator doing what he can do to help with all that. The rest of you are just kind of like blithely unaware of what's happening at this point. But fortunately for you, okay, so the ball of fire comes streaking down, and this is your first indication that you're being attacked, and hits one of the sailors. And I'll go ahead and take care of that. Okay. You watch as the small fireball explodes over her, and she takes burn damage. Yeah, a little bit. And so she begins shrieking as the fire, when it impacts her, some of her clothing ignites. Some of her hair begins to ignite. And immediately those that are nearby here are reactive. Sailors being very, very concerned and attuned to any fire on board a ship begin to immediately react by trying to put her out. So she's taking this damage. The other one diving in. At this point, again, party is no more of a threat than any of you. Okay. But how? You're targeted. Oh, the one diving in. Now, you guys, the one diving in is going to come into melee contact with Hal. So that's how close he's going to come. And he's striking with what looks like almost like a kind of like a trident, but a forked type of weapon. Similar to a spear, but with the forks on the end, and they look jagged and piercing. Striking very quickly with that 3 times at you.
Ooh.
Wow.
3.
Everyone's friendly reminder that his hit point pool is not currently doubled.
Okay, 22, a 20, and a nat 1. So
All of them miss now.
So according to the nat 1, the damage that you take from the 2 strikes from this nasty fork is 16 from the first strike,
Oh no.
24 from the second strike.
We got a problem.
Now, the nat 1, we will make that roll for the critical miss. Let's see what happens. Wow, a 30.
Is this where he lands in the water?
No,
He's still hovering. He's still.
that's the one where it
It's beard held
No.
in Howl's chest. Breaks off.
Oh. I didn't make a burp at the same time.
Yes, you did.
I did
There's
not.
no way that was an accident.
It's the malic acid.
So after the 2 strikes, a third one is just so off that he almost fumbles the weapon that he's carrying. It's this long fork. And he seems to kind of like juggle it a minute to try his wings, or batting his wings to try and catch it, and right himself as he's doing so. He does manage to catch it and begin to fly away. So any of you that are within 5 feet of Hal can make an opportunity attack on it if you want.
I think it's just Josiini.
That'd be me, so
Yeah.
might as well.
I was within 5 feet of you. I already would have been
Does that include
Yes.
Yes.
You're gonna.
I want to use my reaction to make a grapple attack against the spear that he's holding.
Okay. I'll give you advantage on that.
Hell yeah.
Because it's sticking inside you.
Basically.
So that's he's
At
not
my highest of 14.
Yeah, 4.
9.
15.
Yep.
14,
13.
For me.
and you attacked with a 13. You miss. What did you attack with?
Rapier.
Okay, so you draw your rapier, you slash at it but miss.
You attack twice with your rapier.
It's a reaction.
Yeah, it's reaction. So, no, just barely. Just he managed to recover and fly off, gaining altitude before you're able to grab the fork. And now we go into actual initiative.
Huh. We can roll initiative now.
I go to last.
So, I mean, we could have rolled initiative earlier. Had someone been a little bit more.
I don't get what you're implying.
Okay.
17.
Okay, anybody above a 20?
Yep, 21.
Okay, so Hildy starts off.
Hildy's on it.
Anybody above a 16?
16.
Okay. Above a 10?
Oh, yeah, sorry. That was actually 17. I forgot to speak up.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, do.
Yep, 0.
There.
Captain's a little stunned by watching her
Right.
friend catch fire.
Yeah, one of her crewmates, of course, she's very, very concerned about that.
I was too busy not looking.
Anybody above did I say above a 10 already? Above 5? Would you get 5? Okay. What's your dexterity?
12.
12. Okay. All right. And what did just get?
4.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we have the two devilish, fiendish-looking creatures that are hovering above you. One is at 100 feet in the air, hurling down fire. The other one is just lifted off and manages to climb really not far. So he's still within range of melee above Hal at this point. So that's just, he didn't have any movement left to get beyond that. So let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, Hildy, you're at the top of the round. One's hovering, one's right above. How? What are you gonna do?
I am going to cast Forceful to get the one that is right above Howl.
Okay.
Okay. 21 to hit.
That hits.
And no, 2d10. Yay me. 13 force.
Okay, all right. So you watch as the creature, reacts to the force, being hit with it, taking the damage. Does not seem to be mitigated in any way. Anything else from Hildy?
No. Does it, since it's like hovering, flying, whatever, and it was hit with force, does it get further away from Howl?
Does it?
Being hit with force, does it push
Yeah,
it
I
back?
think this is a force bolt. Does it spell part of that or not?
No, it just says force damage.
Yeah.
Means that the force is with you.
Just trying.
All right.
Force
So
with you,
Dick, you're
bitch.
Here.
Here. What kind? Eh. What kind of action would it be to untie myself or cut my rope free? I don't know whose idea this was.
It's just going to be your action to either cut yourself free or or untie yourself, whichever you want. You'll still have your movement.
Okay. Then I'll cut myself free. Go along the edge of the ship here where the like wall raises up, and I'm gonna use a bonus action to hide.
And fail.
And fail utterly with a flame. Oh, actually, still an 11. I rolled a 2 and it's an 11, so
Wow. Okay.
I did average.
Are you at the point where you can just take a roll yet, or is that like?
Not yet. No, it's yeah.
Or 11.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else
You
from
can never get below
Dakir?
21.
I'm sorry?
Is that it for Dakir?
Yeah, I used all my
Oh, you're
actions.
bonus action rage, because holy fucking shit. Immediately grabbing the sword, and I'm gonna say, fuck off, you are not going anywhere, bastard. And I'm gonna try and catch the wing with the blade.
Okay, so
Reckless attack.
all right, so
Call shot.
Yep,
So
regular.
straight roll. Natural 19, so 26 to hit.
Yeah.
And that's with my great sword, and I'm proccing the totem on this one, so that's gonna be 4d6.
Okay.
Is this what we call fuck off damage?
Yeah, 9, 15.
I think what he got hit with was fuck off damage.
15 plus 6, so 21 points of slashing damage.
Is it? How much of that was from the weapon itself?
From the weapon itself, that was a 10. Well, it'd be 12 if you count the strength, and then the other 9 is.
Okay, what type of what weapon are you using?
I'm using my great sword, so slashing damage plus the bear's extra 2d6. Which
Okay,
is
so
9.
21 total and 12 of those. Okay. All right, got it.
One of his wing doesn't.
Yeah, so you definitely do some damage to the wing, whether it's enough to keep him from flying, who knows? Anything else from Hal?
So nice, I'll do it twice.
Okay.
And this one, I still get my reckless for the second one, right?
Whole turn.
Oh, whole turn. You know what? I'm gonna say specifically, fuck that wing. Another call shot. That's gonna be 18 to hit.
18. Yeah, you managed to hit it.
2 more d6 of slashing. This is just normal fuck off damage. 8 plus 4, 12.
Okay, so 4. All right.
Oh, how bad was their initiative?
It wasn't great.
He asked you what your dexterity was.
I
so
know,
they
but I was
qualified.
expecting someone to go before me. I might still be expecting one.
Okay.
Action bonus. I'm not gonna move.
All right, that's it right there.
Just send these out.
Come on, big bastard.
Okay, so the one that is above you, he comes up next. Turned down looking at you. He's got his fork well in his hand at this point, and immediately stabs down towards you with it twice, and then you watch as his tail whips around and snaps at you, trying to catch you with the barbed end. So the fork itself, 15.
15 to hit?
Yeah.
Misses.
18.
18 hits.
Okay. All right. And then the tail. Oh, 14. Wow, you get really lucky on it. So, just with that one strike, 14 points of piercing damage.
Reduced to half 7.
Okay. And from the strikes that he missed, based on his success previously, seems a little bit dismayed, and he is going to attempt to fly up. So you get an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make that.
Do you want to fuck that wing in particular? You're still reckless.
I am still reckless. Yeah, fuck that. No. Yeah, you know what? Fuck that way. Yeah, well. 14.
14? No.
Yeah.
Misses. Okay.
Right? 14? Yeah.
So the damage that you did to the wing previously, it seems to have affected his movement, but not his ability to stay airborne or move. So he's a little bit slower than he was, but he's still climbing. And he climbs. Anybody else nearby within 5 feet of Hal?
Still me.
Okay, good. So
Wait,
Josiini, if you want an opportunity to
5 feet?
I think I'm actually
Take it.
10. Yeah.
Wait, this one? Right, right here?
Yep.
14?
14 misses. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
multi-attack or just one?
On an opportunity, just
Yeah, just
It's
Oh,
just
right,
an
yes,
opportunity
never mind.
attack. Yeah.
you're right. Halfway closer.
Sorry, I forgot what game it
One round.
okay. So it's going to bring up Kiva, and this thing at this point is 30 feet above Hal's head. The other one is still 100 feet above, so again, 130.
We still want to save this guy?
I would imagine so. Yes.
Right. Well, I'll be right back. I
So
am
at the end
going.
of this race, he's what, 10, 15 feet
I
away?
just moved him his first half.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So, I'm going to bonus action bear. Jump over the side.
Jump into the water?
Then
You really need to learn how
You're
to.
like dive
Yes.
Yeah.
You were quite the aquatic bear. Turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been in the freaking water as a bear more than the land.
Sorry. The D5.
A significantly bigger cannonball than expected.
Learn to turn into a fish, Kiva.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah,
moving at half speed through the
Yes.
water. Okay.
That was 15.
Does that get you to him?
Yeah, that, like 15 feet of bear movement gets me to him.
Okay. Okay. So we're in the third or fourth round of him being in the water. First round of the attack. You're in there. What are you doing?
Can I grapple him?
Yeah, he seems to be unconscious.
Yeah, so
So yes, you can free action grapple him.
cool. And then just like deposit. I would like to deposit.
Well, I guess it's an action still
Yeah.
grappling, but yeah, you have the rest of your movement if you. Now the deck of the ship is about. Well, it's going to be at that lowest level, probably 5 feet above the water. So, what's the strength of the bear?
19.
Okay. If you have the movement to move him up there, you have the strength to do it.
I do.
Okay.
That's another 10 feet of bear movement to get back to the ship. And then I've got a climb speed, so
You're going to climb on
yeah.
with him?
I'm
Okay.
gonna climb on with them. I've got 40 feet of bear movement.
Okay. Even with the water
with the
difficult
water.
terrain. Okay.
I'll give you $5 to get bear CPR to this guy.
No.
So you get up on board with him?
Yes, and I very awkwardly cause a traffic jam.
Yeah, so the rest of the crew is like clearing out as best they can. They will on their turn. Again, most of them have been focused on the ship and getting it, closer to the man in the water. So we'll see what they do next and how they can join in. Anything else from Kiva?
No, I think I'll save my. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so you didn't rage. So
No, I did not rage,
right. So
but I am a bear.
Josiini.
So I'm gonna call a couple of crew members over with me to check out the new guy that we've just brought on board.
Okay.
See what his situation is.
All right, and so right now I'll let them all move on your turn, unless they get into combat, while you're just kind of ordering them. So what are you going to do when you get there? Can you move over? Do you have Do you have space to get next to the guy on the floor?
No, because there's a giant bear on the boat.
Yeah, there was a giant bear on the boat.
You can't get within 5 feet of him?
I think the bear will come up about 5 feet.
She's in 5 feet of him.
He's three.
Oh, you are right now.
She's within 5 feet of him right
What
now.
about any of the
Drop
crew
them.
members? Can any of the crew members get over there?
There's one.
Yeah.
I think one more could fit.
Okay.
I literally dropped him and then moved the one square that I could
Okay.
move.
All right.
Actually, there's 3 around.
So what do you want to do when you get to them?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can see that he's unconscious. He is Atlantean, very obviously, with the elongated skull, the blue skin, the long elf-like ears. He's wearing the crystalline armor, that is like regular armor except it's crystal. Seems very light and flexible. That you would notice just from dragging. I mean, you're not dragging like somebody in plate mail. And he's unconscious. What are you doing?
Well, if he's on board, he should be helped. So let's try and wake him up.
All right. Do a medical check.
You would roll.
Medicine is with
You would roll that d20 and add your wisdom.
that too.
Plus 2.
16.
16. Okay, good enough. So as you know how to deal with a drowned victim as a captain of a ship, and so you kind of roll it on his side, you pound on his back a little bit, and quickly he regurgitates some water onto the deck, and he starts to breathe, but he doesn't come to consciousness right away. So anything else during this turn?
Maybe we could move him someplace a little bit out to the melee.
So you can drag him, but you're moving it, and you haven't moved yet, and so you can, dragging him, your movement is halved. As long as you can go through your friends, not an enemy, but there's no enemies on board, so you can go through your friends if you have the movement to drag him half your movement.
The entrance to the hallway, is that back here?
Yes,
Yeah.
that would take you into the cabin. Or the hallway to the cabins.
Yeah, so let's take him back to the hall.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
I guess I'll just bear overboard. Just put you on the
And this
other
time it
side.
isn't on purpose.
So
Yeah, this
when
ship
you
is
get
not
into
black
the
or
hallway, banging the door open and dragging this Atlantean in, you are confronted by Francisco. And he's a few feet down the hallway, but he is obviously coming out the door as you're coming in to see what all the commotion's about. He's got a sword in his hand. It's a long, curved sword. And he's holding in his other hand a gold flute. He sees you, your eyes kind of meet, lock for a moment. He looks down at the Atlantean. How can I help?
Francisco, we need you out on the deck. You need to be out there taking care of this mess we've got out there.
I will go immediately. What about this one?
Can we get Esmeralda to help us wake him up and make him useful?
I will see what I can. He is alive, yes, he looks. I will first take him back and see if I can heal him. And then I will come join the fight. Do you have any more? Do you want to move? Do you have any more movement left, or is that everything?
I think I have another 13.
Well, it's half because
No,
you're dragging
that's
him
that was
out.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's it.
all right, so that's it for you. So he will put his turn on it right now. He begins to drag the Atlantean back, and he's got enough movement that he can drag him into the room. And you hear him, some rustling inside and some quick speaking with Esmeralda. The children, a little bit excited at what's going on, and that's going to bring the other creature from high above into the order.
Having a dragon on our side is really going to turn the tide of this.
Okay, so this other creature is maintaining its elevation and hurling down fireballs. Right now, you have disappeared into the interior, and Eva is on top as a bear. You haven't done anything. How you've been striking at the other one? Okay, so you and Hal and Kiva are going to be the biggest threats right now.
Good.
So
Suckers.
odds for Hal, even for Kiva. It's Kiva. All right, so he flings down a series of two orbs of fire down towards you.
Great. Cool. Love it.
Oh, nat 20 and a nat 1. Holy shit.
Awesome.
Wow. Okay, so that's bizarre.
The two just combine and become a
Con
supernova.
save as you're hit by the first ball of flame.
Old Druid barbarian.
Your herald catch fire.
So 13
A lot of hair.
plus 6. 19. I am.
Okay, so from the fire itself, as it hits you, you take 13 points of fire damage. You saved on the con. So the wound that it caused seemed to fester and roil for a moment, but almost reluctantly seems to almost cauterize from the flame. So
I remember this one.
yeah. Anyway, then the natural 1. So the natural 20, I'm going to deal with that too. So this is on a range attack. I don't know if this is going to apply very much, but we'll see. So okay. Right, the creature seems flustered by something up in the air. You're not quite sure what it is. And then as far as the other attack. Alright, so there's no real application for this, for the D30, that makes sense. So, some of your clothes or fur catches fire or whatever, but it's not sustained. We're coming to the end of the round now. The sailor that was initially hit by this ball of fire, she is still burning. The other two sailors that were trying to put her out have not been able to do the wound is still open, and you can see that there are flames around the wound that just won't go out. So we'll deal with that. And
You're gonna have to shoot it down.
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
the sailors and Francisco into your initiative for now. And so on your initiative, if you've got sailors that you want to command to attack with their ranged weapons, you can, or melee weapons, you can command them to do so. And then I'll take care of Francisco. So Hildy, where it sounds around with you.
Hildy is going to use prestidigitation cantrip, which can snuff out anything up to a small campfire.
Okay.
She's going to try and put out the fire on that.
Okay. All right. So
It'll be very useful.
Got a range of 10 feet.
It's very apropos.
Move up to within 10 and
okay. So you manage you watch as the flames themselves disappear, but the wound it's not cauterized from the flame, and it's still open and festering badly. It seems to continue to expand on her body. The wound is continuing to get larger.
okay. I'll take the rest of my movement. Move me down closer to the sailor.
Whereabouts?
Which sailor's on fire?
The sailor that's on fire.
It would be
Pick a favorite.
whichever one was next to Hildy is fine.
Oh, good.
And just go ahead and put the ring on him. How the one so we know.
Which ring?
The burning ring
Yeah,
of fire.
they can pick a ring, any ring.
Pick a ring. Oh, we'll give it.
That ring of fire.
Got a orange one that looks like
A
fire.
ring of fire.
Grappled by flame. All right.
Yes.
I mean, she's got some crazy
Oh wait,
hair.
is that on Hildy's staff? It is.
Oh, that's not crazy hair.
Not
That's
there. That's Hildy's Wendigo staff.
That is all she can do
The
right now.
navigator's at the helm, by the way, so he's keeping the ship. You know, he's handling the steering of the ship at this point. Okay.
That's all she can do right now.
Okay, take care,
That's
you're
all
up.
she does.
Mold decay.
Oh, it's my turn. Alright, I'm hidden from last round, so... Well, I don't know. I rolled an 11.
Yeah, your attempt to hide.
I don't know if they see me or not. I mean,
Right, I'll let you know. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to shoot at the one dickhead shooting fireballs down at us.
Okay.
If I am stealth, that would be at advantage, but the
Yeah.
range, he's over 100 feet.
The one that's.
Flying, he's 100 feet.
Yep.
Alright,
Well,
so...
there's one, yes. One's at 30 feet and one's at 100 feet.
Okay, so shooting a fireball, that's going to impose disadvantage, so if I am hidden from him...
You are.
Okay.
Oh.
So straight roll. Rolled a 18, and I add 6, so 24.
Okay.
Do you get sneak attack?
Yes, I do, because I'm hidden. That's going to be 11, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20 damage, piercing.
How much was it from the arrow itself?
All of it is sneak attack. Right?
It's all sneak attack, so it's all from the arrow. Oh, but just the one dice?
You shot an arrow, right?
Yeah, but it's sneak attack damage.
Yeah, but you get the damage of the arrow.
Yeah. Just from the arrow itself would be, I guess, 6.
6, okay. And then the rest of it was what?
It's all piercing. It's sneak attack.
Right.
The total is 20. Yeah, I hit a vulnerable spot. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Got it. And,
You're a good shot.
Yeah,
okay.
when I want to be.
And that was the one that was 100 feet.
Yeah, that's the one shooting fireballs down. He's a problem.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, not expecting the attack, he watches it, it enters his body. It kind of reacts to being hit by the arrow. Anything else you care?
Is this operational?
It's just gonna.
Could be.
I'm gonna start heading that
I mean, you
way.
haven't seen anybody fire it.
You can run through our space.
Yeah.
Sneak attack.
I'm gonna move over there and use my bonus action to hide, but I'm also kind of eyeballing this giant crossbow
How are you going to hide?
Behind the ballista.
behind the ballista.
Obviously. Yeah.
What'd you roll?
Sorry, I rolled a 9, I had 9, so 18.
18. Okay.
Fucking Remington. What, you rolled a natural 2 on that attempt to hide?
Yeah, I got 11.
Oh, it's my turn. So that dude he had risen up 30 feet. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Shit. Ballista.
They just kind of flapping that one wing that you hit him with.
Yeah, but
All right. Switching hands, grabbing my last javelin that I have on hand, and I'm just gonna take pitch, and I'm just gonna at the one with the damaged wing.
All right.
I'm gonna throw this one in the ocean.
Well,
It's gonna with all its others.
fuck you, it did.
Oh no.
Found a date, an asshole.
You're the one that keeps throwing javelins over water.
Yeah.
That's the tale of how his last javelin.
Well, I do have a hand axe, and that's coming right after. Oh, fuck you! Fuck you!
What'd you
That's 13.
Did you want to do
You
a record?
did have a hand axe.
Maybe it falls straight down onto the boat.
Yeah.
I'll see the error of my ways, and I'm gonna use my movement to get up to the deck. I should be able to. Yeah. I'm gonna get up onto the stern. Sorry, I'm not very nautically driven. And yeah, I'm gonna. And as the first sailor I pass, I'm gonna go. Heal me, help. Holding the chest wound,
Heal me.
but very aggressively. Medicine now.
You can't see
Now
me.
let's get these
Saying
guys.
that we didn't do our normal sparring at night, because otherwise we would have both been really fucked up.
This is like 2 days later, right?
Yeah, I
I
assume.
did it the night before too. Yeah. Well,
Oh, we did.
Just a 20-minute spar.
He totally kicked my ass. Yeah, because I'm not
Francisco
using
can hear
magic.
pounding from the deck of the ship.
Becomes a competition at some point. Yeah.
Okay, so the.
I mean, I know what I think he thinks that we're doing.
Yeah, he was pretty excited for a minute. Just came out, but didn't realize that it wasn't what he expected. Okay, so the one that's that was hovering above Howl, was 30 feet up in the air. It swoops down at an angle 30 feet and 15 feet over for a total of 45 feet, attacking Kiva.
Oh, cool.
And striking with its forked weapon twice and then once with its tail.
Awesome.
16 and 14.
Both hit. But the second one barely hits.
Okay. And then with the tail,
Barely.
barely.
It only mostly hits.
28. Okay, so make a con save.
I don't know if the 28 hit.
I think it might.
Silvery barbs rolling.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, did I hear a banned spell? The con save, that is 18.
Okay. So the same situation with this is burning. Well, this is not burning. It's from the tail as it strikes. It causes this awful wound. But again, it manages
19,
to.
yeah.
Okay, it manages to stop bleeding on its own pretty much right away. But the damage that you take from the first strike from the fork is 13. Second strike from the fork is 12. And then from the tail strike itself is going to be 10.
13, 12, 10.
Correct. And then it's still got a little bit of movement. It's going to try and fly straight up. So opportunity attack for you and anybody that's within 5 feet of you.
I do stop being a bear a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you came out of bear that quick?
Yeah, because I'm not raging.
Oh, that's
Wait,
right.
did you bonus action rage?
No, I bonus action.
you.
I bonus action bear, and then I had to use my action to grapple the dead man.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is only the second round of combat.
Yep.
Yeah.
She hasn't had her second turn yet.
Got that went somewhere for a moment.
Can you say the damage one more time?
13, 12, and 10.
Cool.
Saw my hit points dropping and I just lost track of everything that was happening.
Yeah.
Light flashing before your eyes.
Your house.
Yes.
But I do make an opportunity attack
You can if you like.
with my bear claws.
All right. Here they go.
Bear claws.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you managed to strike at it, slashing angrily.
And that is 5 damage. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think that he can't move.
Sentinel.
Sentinel. I think Sentinel procs on this. Oh, you don't want to tell me? Of course you don't want to tell me.
Because it was an opportunity attack, it would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think so.
So, all right, so he's stuck where he is. He he can't fly that additional 15 feet into the air that he was hoping to. Was anybody else within 5 feet of Kiva?
The gear.
Am I? Oh yeah, in bear form. I am.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Did you want to take the opportunity attack?
I can't. I don't have a melee weapon in my hand.
Unless you,
Just say-
yeah. So
sake of-
unless you come out, you'd have to come out of hiding too. Right? You would be. Hold that one.
I think I would get the opportunity attack and I would get the sneak attack, but I need a melee weapon to take it. So.
Oh. Yeah. With the last bar, like the second stab at the spear, I become a person again. The barbed tail knocks me back, and then I just shout, "Walk off!" and just punch him in the fucking.
Well, you got him where you want him because now it's your turn.
Oh, fuck this.
Revenge. Revenge.
The problem is that I can't. I can't do an action, a bonus action. I have to choose if I want to rage or if I want to be a bear.
Remember your training.
Fuck it, rage. Bonus action, rage. So I just get one attack.
Yep.
I was very proud while he's licking his wounds in the back of the ship.
I miss. I know.
Did you
Spoke too soon.
No, I just missed.
Okay.
You did reckless.
No, I'm not going to because I am a person right now. I don't have my second hit bar.
Okay, are you staying where you are?
Can I see or hear her from
How
where I am?
close are you?
Oh,
She's
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm currently on.
Yeah, because you're not, the door's not closed. You're still in the
Yeah.
doorway. Yes, absolutely.
All right, so can I use my shape up, you dog, and yell, come on, hit him, or you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
Yes, you can use your reaction to inspire and re-roll.
I accept. Cool. Thank you. It works.
Damn it. That would have been cool.
I don't know how the roll. It literally fell between two books and didn't move. It fell straight down.
Drops
There was
straight
no
down.
roll.
Well, okay, everybody should be rolling in a tray, probably. That way,
Well,
if you have a tray.
Yeah, you see, that would have been good.
What'd you get? Did that one win?
The one that I
That was a
in tray
16
was
she rolled.
16.
Yeah.
Oh,
The other one was a 2 on the dice.
so 16 still doesn't hit.
16
That
on
was
the
a dice.
plus
Oh, plus?
6.
Oh, yeah, now you yes. With the claws, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the claws are getting
7.
bloodied. 7 points? Okay. All right, so, although you haven't had the claws very long, I mean, you're familiar with
Yeah.
with fighting in melee somewhat, I mean, enough to know what to expect from your strikes, and these seem to be not as effective as you expect.
Or as effective as I've come to expect it.
Well, you know with these strikes that you've made so far, you would expect to be doing more damage.
Yeah.
But they seem to be mitigated somehow. So anyway, anything else from Kiva?
Kivo's going to just stand closer to Dakir. Pretend that I'm on the stairway next to Dakir.
Okay, are you moving out of its range though?
I'm staying within its range,
Okay,
just like turning around.
Okay, got it.
I mean, I have successfully stealthed, but I would imagine she can see me since I'm on this side of the wall with her.
Yeah. Where I was going is like I want to be there in case it attacks you.
Oh,
you're the size of a centaur
Thank you.
on a boat. I think we can all see.
very small
Stealthy.
centaur. Very small centaur.
Okay, so yeah, so I mean your stealth is primarily
It's against them.
yeah, I mean whether or not they're paying attention to where you are and what you're doing. So Josiini, you're up.
Okay. Can I get a status from Francisco from where I am here? Or?
Yes, you can if you want to. If you want to spend the time, you can either walk down the 15 feet to where his cabin, the door to his cabin is, or probably less than that, 10 feet, and look inside and you can see what's happening.
All right, let's not waste time with that. Let's activate my crew here to get them
Okay.
closer to fighting range for these
Okay.
demons.
All right. So the only one that actually you have what 6? So there's 6 of them, right? And
One of them is
then the navigator, which is is, steering the ship. So any one of those that you want to have, you can order them to attack, either to get within melee range and attack with their rapiers, or to attack with their ranged weapon, which is daggers.
Just one, or I can have both of those that are.
Any of your.
Let's send the two that are on the bottom deck there.
Okay, so that's Kiva. So you got one right next to Kiva, and then you got two more next. Yeah.
Pretend that I'm on the stairs
Oh,
because
gotcha,
it won't
you're on the
bounce.
stairs.
You have room to do this if you want to get it close. This
Gotcha.
thing's big.
Well, so let's.
Yeah, they'll follow your orders.
Yeah. So all hands on the lower deck. Let's.
Okay, so you can move any of them you want to that can find a space within range of the creature that's stuck in the air, that they'll be able to reach with melee. And so, how many of them are attacking?
3.
3 of them? Okay, so basically you're going to make an attack and they're attacking with a rapier. So they're going to have +4 to attack and +2 on their damage. So just roll your rapier just like you would with your rapier.
You rolling? She rolling one time for all 3?
No, 3 times. 3 times each.
Roll all 3 of them.
Just, yeah, 3 20s. So add 4 to any of those, all of those, each one of them.
22. 14, 22.
Okay, 22 hits, so roll your rapier damage +2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Let's roll one of these.
Thank you. 1.
Okay.
Plus 2.
3.
Okay, all right.
Reduced to half one.
2 damage.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very minimal damage. It hardly notices the strike, but connected. And did you want any of the others to do anything?
I don't know. They're too far away on the top.
Yeah, they can still throw a dagger if you want them to.
All right. Well, let's have everyone who's not the navigator and the poor girl on fire internally.
The poor girl on fire can still fight.
Yeah, okay. Then let's go.
Yep.
All
you got two
on
more.
the upper deck. They're daggers.
Okay, so how many you got? 4? 4 attacks or 3?
I think it's
You have 2 more if
I
you
see
don't
2.
activate the navigator.
Okay, so 2 more.
2.
Okay, so go ahead.
We want the
And
navigator to
You want
navigate.
this one?
Yeah.
Which one do you want, please? Yes.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that.
That one's cocked. Reroll that one.
He's so kind.
Are you saying I
16 and
can?
11.
Okay, so both of those
It would be a
Yes,
finesse
they're
weapon
definitely
because it's ranged,
into the
right?
water. For range
Yeah.
purposes, we'll consider that they probably have
Yeah.
4 daggers on them each. So just keep that in mind. All right, so those 2 missed. And what is Josiini doing?
Can she go? Let's try and activate this giant crossbow.
Yeah, she would know how to use it, of course, but she would also be aware that she can't. It probably doesn't have the strict elevation to get to where they are.
Not enough pitch and yaw.
If
Exactly.
you could turn it around 180 degrees, because one of them's like right here. It's in 5 feet, right?
Yeah, but then she'd have to be off the ship.
Sure.
Have the navigator straight down the barrel.
But I can try and attack.
I'm not saying there's no
Alright,
risk.
so I'm gonna go for it myself with my rapier.
Okay.
I should have said that.
Twice with your rapier.
2 dice.
Your what 9?
Ooh. 24.
That hits.
All of them are
Both of them
24s.
24.
Okay, yeah, you hit with both.
Oh, yeah.
Is your rapier magical? Can't remember.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Perfect.
So just this one?
No, do 2 of those. Really, really.
No, where's it?
She used
The
one of
pyramid.
mine.
The double pyramid.
Ah. 2 and a 7.
What the
Plus 8, 10, and
26.
26.
God
wow.
damn.
Huge.
26 magical rapier damage.
Wow. Okay. Good. So I mean, you watch as you draw lines of black ichor through this thing as you rend its flesh twice with your rapier, cutting deeply, and it reacts sharply, just screeching at you as it does so. It says, actually speaks. You know what she just said. This creature
I wouldn't
just
say
said.
that to her.
Right, well. I'll get back to you on that. Okay, so is that it from Josiini?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, so what's happening downstairs? You get, or in the cabin? You guys don't know. Okay, so nobody emerges from the interior at this point, and that brings us to the guy that's 100 feet above you.
Okay.
I think Josiini is probably a top priority, as well as, well, Bear is no longer Bear. Yes, it's Josiini's probably going to be take the brunt of the 2 balls of fire that come streaking toward her.
I mean, you're not next to me, so.
So 19 on the first one,
That hits.
and 13 on the second one.
No.
The first one hit.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the first one, the fire explodes over you, and just yourself, not doing any splash damage to anybody else. But you take 12 points of fire damage.
These are kind enough to stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. As this
That's what
creature
you want. I'm just gonna focus on Fireball Boy.
also
I feel
calls
like I'm the
down
only
to
one that can hit
everyone
him.
during this Portfantolio table, and the other one just kind of responds. Hildy is the only one that knows what's taking place in terms of the conversation, but that's it for its round, as it does not move further. So we're at the top of the round with Hildy. This is the beginning of the third round. So what you heard from the first creature was basically a curse. The second one, what it called down to the creature that's lower, was why are we wasting our time basically with these mortals?
Okay. Hildy is going to, as a bonus, cast Flash Heal.
Okay.
I don't think I can sense the guy in the cabin anymore. That went underneath the Atlantean.
Sense him?
Just says creatures I can sense. Are they talking or making noise down there trying to kill him? That I can get an idea where he is?
Well, yeah, I think you would have. You're standing right above where she dragged him in.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Once he went in, can I still kind of get a feeling for where he is?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really small ship.
Okay.
And so you can kind of hear a little bit of the conversation, just that there is conversation directly below you.
All right. I like that.
As a mentalist, I think you would, yes, I think you would.
Okay. So anybody that's injured, since that's less than 6 of you, gets 4 hit points, magical healing.
Okay.
Well, I'll...
The one sailor that was initially on fire and the wound was spreading on her body, she has died during this last round. But and normally with NPCs, I don't worry about death saves and all that. But since Hildy immediately
That's my thought.
cast this, if it encompasses her as well, then I'll allow her to stabilize.
Up to 6 people within
Is she
60
one of them?
feet.
Are you choosing her as one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was actually going to be my first one, which is why I went next to her.
Okay.
But then everybody else decided to get hurt too.
Yeah. All right, so then if she's one of the 6, then she stabilizes. She's unconscious, but she stabilizes.
Good.
Sorry, Grandma.
Okay, so that was my bonus action. For my action, I'm going to do a mind sliver at the one that said, "What are we wasting our time for?" So it needs to make an intelligence save versus 13.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah.
It fails.
And you are.
Okay. It takes 1 point psychic damage. It takes a d4 off of its next save.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot it was level. Make that 6 point psychic damage. And I say back to it in Tuatha Day, because I can understand it, but I don't know if I can speak it. So in Tuatha Day, I say back, yes, go away and leave those be.
Yeah, so you're speaking in Wurgen, which is different than what you're hearing. And
Towers, Crimson Towers. Can it understand me? They're in the world.
Are we gonna dead?
yes, as a matter of fact, when they both spoke, you heard it inside your mind.
Oh,
And so actually the rest of you didn't hear anything.
okay.
So only you heard that, and yes, it seems to. I mean, it immediately locks its eyes with you and seems to understand that you're saying something to it. So
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Finger noise.
By the way, guys, Hildy talks to demons. There's that. I forgot to tell you.
We know
We've
it's that.
picked up on that,
anything
yeah.
from Hildy. Okay, Dakir, you're up. You got one hanging in the air there that you can get to with melee that Kiva stopped, and you got the other one that's 100 feet in the air.
The one right next to me probably looks way worse, right?
Well, it's certainly been hit a lot more than the one that's way up in the air.
I'm gonna keep going for the one in the air because I feel like I'm one of the only ones that can hit it. So
Okay.
I'm still hidden. It's still 100 feet away from me, so just a straight roll. That's going to miss with an 11.
Fork in the eye.
Sorry.
That misses. That's it for Dakir.
Bonus action hide, 21.
Okay.
22.
All right. Oh.
Had a lot of time to think about this.
Oh, it is jumping up.
10, 15, 20. Oh, now, this may be a you can certainly try moment.
Would you like to mount the demon?
I love those moments.
If I charge through from that angle, I have 20 more feet of movement. Can I try and make a jump grapple attack and try to grab the demon that's close?
Like if you vault off.
Like I'm gonna be diving.
You have to
off the
run
end
up
of
the stairs to do that.
Yeah.
Well, you have a standing. It's actually considered a running jump,
Yeah.
and so I believe that is the running jump is going to be half your movement horizontally, but then vertically, I think it is. It's half your strength.
I think that sounds right, actually.
You should be able to get it. He's within melee range.
How close are you to the creature?
Well, if it's hanging over the edge right here.
Well, it's actually right.
I think it's right here.
Yeah,
Where,
You can
Yeah.
jump.
Okay.
So your height is 3 plus your strength modifier, and if you've got arms outstretched, you get another half of your.
With arms.
7.
okay, so yes, you can attempt to grapple. It is the large creature though
Yeah.
that you're trying to grapple. Okay.
Well, you're raging.
I am raging.
You were kidding about that,
Do I
right?
get?
No.
With your arms outstretched?
Yeah, you
You're
get
so.
Let me just double check real quick. This would count as an attack, right?
You're reading
Not-
Munchkin
The
rules.
grapple attack.
Which is an action.
Yeah. Okay. Can I do it reckless?
Why not?
Yeah. I'm going for it. Terminator running. That's plus my strength.
He'll be up and
18?
Not enough. As you get up there trying to.
Wait, no, 20. Sorry, I miscalculated.
very
20?
last part.
Yes,
You
20.
missed that one.
Oh,
He got a 21 on his
when
roll.
you said
He's just
outstretched,
kind of rebuffed you as you
I thought you meant this.
forcing you back into your
So
original
like you were
space.
flying. That's why I was confused.
Can you do?
Oh. Yeah, so I kind of just. Ugh.
Yeah, he kind of just flopped you off, just with one of his wings.
Nice try though.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, that was the injured one, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
You mean the one with the fucked up wing?
Yeah. Shouldn't have rolled an advantage if he had that issue, so I don't. They're all at the same time.
Do you want to just roll off,
Just
straight
gonna
roll
roll.
to each other?
No, just keep your number. You have what?
20 total.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just going to be a straight roll for him. And no, he's not going to make it now. So, yeah, because of the injury that you did to him earlier, he was moving at half speed, which puts him at a disadvantage on a grapple. You're managing to grapple him.
Motherfucker! Oh, wait, that's the wrong barbarian.
Now, normally, that would mean
No.
that that reduces his movement to 0. But technically, because you've grappled him,
He's large.
he can still, I guess, maintain his current position, but probably gonna sink.
I'm just gonna hold on for dear life right now.
Oh, you're above the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so you're holding him in midair. Anything else from Hal?
Bite him.
Yeah, just for funsies, I'm gonna bite him, even though I'm gonna use my attack already.
Tastes like licorice.
Why is it always liquor? Why is it always liquor?
This is my favorite warm spice.
Okay. All right, so the one that you're grappling is the one that comes up next.
Oh, buddy.
So he's not happy about that. He's going to attempt to break the grab.
Since the large creature is within melee range of me, does that mean that he is also within melee? Like he's also within 5 feet of me? Oh, then Sentinel when you're done.
It's true, yeah.
Well, that's only if he tries
If he
to
attacks.
fly.
Oh no, if he attacks you.
Yeah.
No, if he attacks you, then I proc Sentinel because any ally within 5 feet is attacked.
Yeah.
I attack them.
That's not just on a opportunity attack?
No.
Oh, I get the opportunity attack I use my reaction to fuck him up.
All right, so yes, so he's going to try and break your grapple. Oh, he rolls.
Why Sentinel should be outlawed.
Well, it's only if he makes an attack.
No, I know.
Can't roll advantage again, so I'm just rolling a straight roll. 16.
Do I contest that?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, does he have to just beat the? Oh, okay. So then
No, because he could still attack Howl. That's where I was going.
Yeah. No, I get it.
that would be.
Wouldn't you need a light weapon?
16.
No?
I technically do with the
Wow.
No, wouldn't
So
the
now it's
demon need a
9
light
plus
weapon
7.
to attack somebody it's grappling with?
So,
not a rule anymore?
Yeah, I guess nothing. You
That's
guys.
what it used to be.
That's where it is. So he can't move. He can't. All right. So okay.
Hang out for
What am I doing?
And that's exactly what he said. So,
You're my new friend.
now Hildy's hearing this raging argument between the two demons. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What are you doing?" You know, and so this is a waste of time. Keela, what are you doing?
So I would like to bear.
Okay.
I
Now,
mean,
are you going to be able to bear where you are without anybody?
I'm gonna be very uncomfortably. I technically can be like partway on the stairs because this thing is like.
No, it's fine. You can be on the stairs, but you're not getting into anybody's space, right?
One
Because
second.
if you are, then they're going to have to make a dex save.
Ooh, they did move in closer to attack while you were human.
So probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shuffle
She's
back.
gonna end up killing 2 of the sailors.
All right, so then the two sailors, if they are, if you're moving into their space, then it's going to be a force.
Well, technically, I'm not. Wait, technically, I'm not doing that.
No, you're not.
I can, I moved one and I put the bear back, and no one moved.
Okay, that's fine. So you're transforming into a bear again, and what?
Oh, I'm an angry bear, and there is a target right in front of me. So
Okay.
pray I don't crit.
When she rolls a 1, does she bite Howl?
Yeah.
Might in this case, yes. It's pretty good. One.
Right.
Merged is one.
So first, I'm gonna claw attack because I've been doing that recently, and that is a plork. 14. That doesn't hit. Bite attack.
Roll higher.
Oh, damn it! I should have been doing it reckless. Oh well. Didn't call that in advance. Yep.
Bite right in the butt.
That one was even worse. Good God.
Wait.
Basically like a mine. You know? Nothing's happening.
I've been trying to bite it, but I'm like, why is Howl in the way?
I'm helping.
took the attack action, so I'm still an angry bear, but I'm a frustrated bear.
Okay. Anything else then from Kiva? Is that it?
Well, I'm gonna just like a bit. No, I can't move over. The girls can't get in.
Right, so Josiini, you're up with your sailors. You have one the one that was on fire initially is now unconscious, but you have the 3 within melee and what is it, 1 within range, plus yourself, whatever you want to do, or you can have them do something different. And in the same turn, Francisco is emerging from the doorway.
Francisco, what news?
He lives.
Did he say anything?
He's still unconscious. He's very delirious.
Well, need to get our barbarian friend back from this flying monster, so I guess we're gonna all hands on the deck again to attack.
Okay. So any of the sailors who want to attack are +4 attack and +2 damage.
I'll do.
Yeah, 3 that were close enough for a rapier and 1 that did use range.
So what am I adding?
+4 to hit, +2 to damage.
15,
Yes.
15, 14, 12.
On the
15,
die.
14, 12. None of those hit with the rapier.
Now, if you want to throw one, yep, good. The one that's throwing a dagger.
Just one.
Oh, and if you want to ask the navigator to turn the ship a little bit, that'd be swell.
Gotcha.
Technically, the ship is moving. Anyway, go ahead and make your attack with the dagger if you like.
17 plus 4.
That hits.
It's like
It is.
anime fights on a train.
Yeah, they
They
do.
move at the same pace.
They're going. Yeah, they're moving the same pace as this train. So
And so go ahead and roll your damage with the dagger. And add 2.
7.
Nice.
Total 7?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then what's Josiini going to do?
Can we somehow speed up the ship at all?
Well, you basically reduced its speed because of the storm, anticipation of the storm, and so you would have to command your sailors who have already used their round to begin to
Get the ship ready.
to prepare the ship sails and so forth.
Alright, so next time on that.
I love that you're thinking.
So can she and Francisco do anything
Yeah,
together?
we'll take care of Francisco, and you can Josiini can use an attack if she wants.
Alright, yeah, I'll do attack.
A rapier, okay.
Rapier.
You get 2 with your rapier. +9.
So 13 and 18.
+9.
No, total.
Okay, the 18 hits, 13 does not.
+8.
16.
Magical,
16 points of damage?
magical
Okay,
rapier.
wow, good. Okay, so once again, this thing just winces. You feel it, as it tenses up as it gets struck by this rapier. 16 points of damage, still alive, but obviously dripping black ichor all over the deck, all over your deck. Francisco immediately brings his golden flute up to his lips and begins to play a tune.
Fucking bards, man.
everybody hates Black Acre all over their deck. Yeah.
You're is Dakir hidden?
Yeah.
Okay.
22.
So as he's just looking around, he.
Oh, I see you, Jakir!
The bear
No, you don't.
is like right in front of him. Mm-hmm. So you get inspiration.
The bear?
Yes.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Inspiration.
What dice is it? D6, D8.
It's a D8.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Okay, and that's going to bring up the creature that's flying, hurling down the fire. He was now a bear, and so she's got its attention plus
Yeah, but Howl's a.
Hal is grappled. Yeah, it's gonna attack you, Hal. It's gonna. Actually, hold on. Let me do an intelligence check because these things are shifty, and he may be like, fuck him. Yeah. As a matter of fact, he's like, fuck him.
Oh, he's almost
He's
dead.
attacking Kiva.
Right.
So 20 and 26.
Yeah, both of those hit.
Okay.
Still Primal.
Oh wow.
Can I counter spell?
Not a lot of damage. Well, I mean, based on my rolls, but it's still probably more than you want for sure.
It's higher than 0, so yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some numbers.
There's more. Oh man, a lot of ones.
Okay.
Yay.
12
Yeah.
12 points of fire damage from both of them.
So 6.
Yes.
Cool.
Wow, that was awful rolls. Could have been a lot more. And this thing just looking down in disgust at this point. It rises 50 feet into the air. So it's now at 150 feet.
Mother fudger.
As long as that means that it's out of no longer our problem.
And you see it looking up. And they were at the top of the round. And you see it looking up toward the cloud. The Atlantean ship has almost completely exited the cloud. It looks like it's starting to pick up a little bit more speed now that it's nearly out of the cloud. The clusters of creatures just like these that you're fighting, except many dozen more, are up above, still at that 300-foot height. Not paying attention to you guys as far as you can tell, with the battle raging above, and you're still hearing the concussive explosions of the cannon-like structures that are firing. There must be probably a dozen of them because it's like boom, 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 boom. But it's not like an actual cannon shot. It's more like an electrical concussion, and so it sounds a little bit more.
Hummy.
Like dubstep.
Yeah, that kind of vibration-y. Yeah. So yeah, a little bit odd. Not like an explosion, but anyway. And once in a while, you see one of these creatures drop into the water. You know, if anybody's paying attention, dropping in the water here and there. But that's it. So Heldy, you're at the top of the round, and the last thing you would have heard from, in your mind, from this creature that's flying, as it is speaking telepathically but openly. So it's not a directed telepathy. So this is why you're picking it up. Plus the fact that you're a mentalist. In this language, is that it's telling the other one that it's going to sacrifice. He will have to sacrifice himself. What are you doing?
Hildy is going to use psychic barbs on this one that Howl's grappling. It's gonna have to make a wisdom save
Okay. Let's see.
at 13.
Yeah. Nope, he's rolls a 16.
Oh darn!
At least it's not a save or suck.
I really hope it means sacrifice. Like, I'm just gonna leave you here to die and not sacrifice like Baylor
Takes
sacrifice.
11 point psychic,
Okay.
and it cannot be hidden from me while it's on this plane.
Okay.
And with the tracking dart.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Basically.
Any
Little
other-
psychic tracking there.
Yes, I'll psychically direct, yell, think, whatever, at that thing throughout the day, 'cause I don't know how to speak this language. Yes, leave your sacrifice and go while you can.
Okay. It just looks at you angrily, its eyes blazing. Okay, Takir.
All right.
About 100 feet above you, the one that you've been attacking. The other one's a lot closer.
Well, this one's 150 feet up now, so I'm not even gonna bother. And this one's, we got the howl situation going on, so I'm just gonna shoot the closest. Is it still within 5 feet there from me?
Yeah, it's slowly sinking.
It's still within 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll drop my bow and take out my dagger and go for it. So with advantage.
I think by now it'd probably be on the deck at the end of the round. So
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it was the saddest roll I think I've ever made. 10 total.
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
No,
That's a natural 1 and a 4. That's so sad.
no.
My guy.
I'm depressed.
My cinnamon tintar. It's just
And you're
very
getting it on.
disappointed.
I just kind of glare at him and then sink back into the shadows with a 19 stealth.
With a critical success, actually, you rolled 2.
I just rolled this one. It hit that one. Yeah.
Oh, you rolled 1 and then the other one just happened to be.
That would have been nice.
Does it predict here?
That's, yeah.
All right, Hal, you're holding on to this.
I
thing.
embarrassed
You're like-
myself.
And it's by now it's it's got a wounded wing. It's not able to move very well. You've got it grappled. I think that would inhibit its ability to stay aloft. By now you're like standing with it on the deck.
Oh, now I'm just giving it a nice old hug. Headbutt.
Headbutt. Okay, that's basically a
Bludgeoning attack.
well, yeah, the
Would it be unarmed? Would it break my
unarmed
grapple?
attack. Yeah.
Would it break my grapple?
Technically, it doesn't. Grapples are full.
I don't think so. But again, are you using your action to hold the ground? This thing.
Yeah, that's the question I would have.
Yeah, I think that.
If you're going raw, you don't need to use an action to maintain a grapple. They have to use an action to break a grapple.
Right, grapples just
Yeah,
hold.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you have an unarmed strike on it.
Headbutt.
Wow.
Do you give yourself a concussion?
Try again. That's way better. Jesus. 26.
That hits. So basically
So-
1 plus your strength.
So that would be, while I'm raging, that would be 7 points of
Okay,
damage.
all right. Okay, I mean you're out of it, at least. Okay, anything else from Hal?
I'm gonna skin you and wear you like a raincoat. And that's my turn. That's all I'm gonna say to him.
Contact is for losers.
Yeah.
Okay, so this creature is going to attempt to break the grapple. So it's going to be contested athletics, and it does not have advantage.
You do.
I do, because I'm raging.
He rolled a 12.
Rolled a 24.
Yeah.
No, it would be 26.
He's not having it. No, not at all. So he can't move. He attempted. It was an action to attempt to break. So Kiba, you're up.
I would like to bully him, so I'm going to just
Bully him.
reckless attack him at this point, because why the fuck not? Just first I'm gonna do a claw swipe. Yeah, that hits, double 16s.
Okay. What? Oh, plus
16
9.
plus 9.
Okay, yeah, you hit
like
twice.
plus 7.
Yes, you hit.
And then the second hit, which is swipe, critical success.
Okay.
Nice.
You-
Critical bite. Critical
20?
for the piercing.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's piercing. You roll a 30 on that.
Yeah, so I'll just do the first one first.
Wreck its face.
Yep.
It really is a sacrifice.
And that is plus 6 to that. So that is 13 slashing damage.
Okay. And that's with the bear claws, right?
That's with the bear
Does it
claw.
count as magical?
Not yet.
Okay. So
Not.
And then for the crit, it is 7 plus 6. That is another 13 for the critical bite.
Plus rolling D30 over
Plus
there.
rolling my d30.
okay.
So much fun.
He switches sides and becomes our best friend. We have tamed the beast.
That is a natural 20 on the d30.
Okay.
That's impressive.
She's biting its neck and its cheeks start flushing.
No, I don't want that kink in this game.
Yeah, these are demons. You don't know what the fuck they're into.
Yeah, I feel
I mean,
like bear neck biting.
I mean, well, actually, no, I can't do opportunity attacks with grapple, so it doesn't help you that much. But you can, because of the D30 roll, it allows you to. It's distracted by your previous strikes, and it allows you to move an additional 15 feet unprovoked. So
I get even closer.
Just inch.
is that it for Kiva then?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so Josiini, you're up with your crew and Francisco.
Gotcha. I think we should get the crew activated to get the sails back up and be able to move this ship.
Okay, so they break into action. Now you know it's going to take probably 4 or 5 rounds for them to get, the rigging, the sails, and all the crap that's going on, moving through each other and all that, to get all of that done. It's basically 30 seconds. Probably takes a lot longer than that, but that's what you expect under these conditions that it's going to take for them to get the sails, opened and the ship moving again. So 4 of them, 5 of them, 4 of them. Well, the navigator's piloting the ship. Yeah, so 4 of them are doing that. And what are you doing?
Right there next to you, bleeding.
What? Like, I guess I'm gonna attack
You don't have.
the injured.
You can just make me attack.
Without. Fuck off.
She would be flanking, right?
Mike's Hildy in real life. What's she get?
4.
The same number you can roll.
Is she flanking? Is she flanking?
Is she?
If the thing's touching the boat, I feel like she can maneuver. Yeah, we're surrounding it.
Is there space for the thing to be on the ground?
Well, because you said I'm on the edge of the ship holding onto it. Is it in the air out over the edge?
No, it'd be, you'd be on the...
You're barely in the boat.
Barely in the boat.
Okay, so you're on the plane. You're on the...
I'm in the way.
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem.
What is flanking, Derek?
Yes, plus 2.
+2, yeah.
Okay, so that plus 11.
15.
No.
Damn, I was hoping that would be the...
2 strike?
Right.
Indulge me. Try this dice. Nice.
What is it?
That's a 19 on the dice.
You hit with the second one?
A 28.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
That's some rogue numbers.
4 again. It's your.
4 plus
4 damage.
8.
Plus 8.
a total of 8?
4
Magic.
plus 4.
Yeah.
4
Okay.
plus 8.
4 plus 8.
12.
Oh, 12. Okay,
Bastards got better equipment than us. Why'd I turn into Kiva?
I don't know. Was that the accent that you were planning to do when you first heard the...
That was kind of, I guess.
Okay, so that's it for Josiini?
Yeah.
All right, so at this point, Francisco, can he get to where the demon is?
It's a massive monster
Down there.
Not unless he mounts Kiva, and I'm not sure that will end well.
I'm sure he would love that.
You know what? Yes, because the sailors aren't standing there anymore.
Yeah.
They're scrambling around to get the ship
That
ready.
is true.
It's true.
So yes.
But yeah, they would have moved off. If he can get to where the demon is,
If Francisco gets the last hit on this thing, I'm gonna flip this table.
That's actually rather impressive.
I think.
well, this is what happens. As Francisco brings out his right
I hate him.
and it's a gleaming, beautifully, as you would expect, filigreed thing that looks like it belongs in a museum, glowing slightly. You kind of see the crackling lightning that moves from the pommel up the blade as he strikes 3 times at this creature, and you watch as the wounds rend mightily, stretching, and the black ichor splashing all around. Almost like threading the needle between you and the beast. And you're holding this large creature basically, and you feel its knees buck. All right, and going to bring you down. And slowly, it's just almost like an injured animal. It slowly kind of like props itself up as Francisco draws back. They will endure. I cannot have you on this round. And that's it for his turn. The creature that's flying above is again casts its gaze up toward the cloud, and the ship is at the end of the round. The ship has completely left the cloud, and the cloud begins to slowly collapse on itself. The creature that's 150 feet up looks down at the one below and all of you on the ship, and it just has this disgusted look on its face. And basically, what you hear in your mind, since you're coming up at the top of the round, is "fuck this," and it begins to fly, almost getting to the cloud itself, as it's starting to collapse in. The other ones, you see dozens and dozens of other ones that were in melee and attacking range attack with the ship itself, also streaming back toward the cloud. And that's where you guys want to finish this round? Or finish this last round on this creature?
Oh, but he's still alive.
He's still alive.
Ow!
I'm happy Francisco didn't get the last freaking
yes,
hit.
He's still mine. Let's see. If you guys have a couple of minutes, let's see if we can.
Let's knock it out.
We're at the top of the round with Hildy.
Let's go.
Tony, would you like to cast murder?
Hildy would like to cast murder. Psychic bar, wisdom save at 13.
Yep.
Lower word.
16.
Conscious.
Okay. So he takes that.
No.
Why would you draw? Eight is whatever 7 and 8 is.
7 and 8? Okay.
15 divided in half.
That's enough. As the thing tenses up in your arms, and you get kind of screeches verbally, not
Hildy
just
gets a
telepathically,
stern look.
and collapses. You're holding this heavy weight that kind of thrusts you forward as it falls over. It's wanting to fall overboard.
I'm gonna attempt to suplex it back on board.
I will also help with, like, if the bear with the weirdly dexterous bear paws can, like, grab both of them. Because you are currently attached to it.
Does the 27 do it?
Yeah.
Sorry, not a 27. Jesus, 20.
As this thing dies with you holding the thing, we're out of initiative. And what's happening is the Atlantean ship is rushing forward, not even stopping, continuing on. The cloud is collapsing in itself. All the creatures that are trying to fly back into it, by the time it collapses, there are a few that don't make it. It's just almost like in Ghostbusters when the thing just goes into nothing, and then you have the clear blue day again, which is a few squalls here and there off in the distance that Hildy or Kiva had expected. There's maybe a dozen of these creatures still out, and they begin flying off toward the horizon, almost in panic.
Right.
Hey, at least they're not coming here.
And that's what we're ended tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spencer, for joining us tonight and joining Josiini for us. You did a great job.
Hell yeah.
And somehow, the crew and all of you survived.
Well, not all. One of your people died.
Well,
She's
You got saved. You saved her.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's right. I did.
Yeah, you got her.
So,
but we may have saved
Hildy is the
Lance.
best cleric.
We definitely saved the
I know
Atlantic.
what's in Lyon next week. So
you're a better healer than I am.
thank you all very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.